You play Dungeons and or Dragons.
What if the dragon is a dungeon?
And
Ooh.
oh. Woo-ha!
So will there be Dungeons and or Dragons tonight?
Dungeons and or Dragons.
You will soon find out. First, our sponsor for the night, 5 Hour Energy, everybody.
Oh shit!
They are not our sponsor. I wish they were
Oh.
though.
5 Hour Energy.
They're sponsoring your DM's energy level throughout the session, though.
That is good. And why is my video not? Gosh damn it! I went and checked this the other day and it worked.
If you can't get it to work, do the thing I was telling you about the other day about switching your name in the chat bar.
Oh.
It's trying. It's trying super hard.
Your thing is spinning.
D and D.
There we go.
On.
That's something.
If
it doesn't work, we get that.
Anyway, last session, you guys were hanging out in Whitestone and decided it was time to go.
Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome.
To after, geez, wow, it's been a week, and all of a sudden I can't remember how we began last session. You guys had finished off getting all sorts of diamonds in Craghammer after killing off some purple worms and dealing with the gray spines there. You returned to Whitestone to deposit your vast collection of diamonds into the vault that you have in your manor there. After doing so, you kind of discussed amongst yourselves what would be the best way to continue going about getting more diamonds, whether you wanted to meet up with Badger in Stillben and help him with his issue, or go to the pools of Wittabach and the lost gnomish city of Wittabach, where there may or may not be a vast amount of precious stones that are just there for the taking, as the city was abandoned centuries ago. You decided to head to Stillben, and to shorten your travel, you decided to teleport to Western first. Upon arriving in Western, you went to let Pike know how far you've come as far as gathering the material components and the diamonds that you need to try and resurrect your old buddy Cortanus, or Renata, or whatever she is intending to go by these days. The warrior formerly known as Cortanus. She just goes by a symbol now.
It's two crossed Cortana swords.
Yeah. After having a nice little meeting with Pike, after having run into Bureau's old flame, Umara, his new love interest, Pike was able to. You guys thought he was acting awfully weird, so you had Pike cast some, curative magics on him, and he realized that Umara had been messing with his head, quite literally, through magical means.
His knob and his head.
His knob and his head. And as you all plotted your revenge, which was to come at a later date when there weren't more pressing things going on, you made your way to the market and procured a cart and some horses, and made your way south down the Silvercut roadway to the swamp city of Stillben. Upon arrival, you guys made your way to a tavern known as the, I got it wrong last week, it's the Frothy Head, not the Foamy Head, the Frothy Head.
I was looking forward to.
It's basically the same thing. But the Frothy Head, you made your way to the tavern there, where three of you, Vanya, Orani, and Biero, went inside to meet up with Badger, as Fike and Noxus stayed outside with the cart, as they felt the city was shady, and stayed out in the rain. And I believe Fike was starting up a pipe. Was smoking a pipe. After entering and meeting up with Badger, Vanya, you guys headed off to a table in a corner, and you noticed that several people took notice of you in the tavern. And one of them, after kind of staring you down for a little bit, left the tavern. Just walked out of the tavern and to go do what you don't know. But we pick things up as you guys are sitting down at a table with Badger. And he looks at all of you and says, I'm really grateful that you guys decided to come down and help me out with this whole problem with my good buddy. Things
Well,
just not right.
Well, we'll do what we can. What additional information can you provide us to help us investigate this?
Well, I mean, what kind of additional information would you be interested in?
So
I mean, I'm happy to tell you anything I already know.
So you came across the body in the swamp. Did you?
Yes.
You touched it? You're sure it wasn't an illusion of some kind?
Well, yeah. I mean, I ran over originally because I thought maybe he was just hurt and not dead, and so I ran over and was trying to shake him awake and whatnot. And I'm a little bit of a magic user myself. I have some Healy spells, so I tried that, and it just wasn't working on him.
After you saw him at the guild hall, did you go back to the swamp and see if the body was still there?
I mean, I didn't, just because, it's not exactly. You don't go in the swamp unless you have to. You know what I mean?
Sure.
There's dangerous creatures out there.
Well, one way to bring this all to a head would be to see if we can bring the body and the living person into the same room.
Whoa!
What just happened?
Nox.
God damn it, Noxus!
Sorry.
Would you be able to?
Having technical difficulties, guys.
No worries.
No worries.
Go ahead, Daryl.
No.
Sorry about that.
No problem. Would you be able to guide us back to where you found the body in the swamp?
Oh, I mean, I remember where I found him. I don't know if the body. You see, there's lots of, things that like to eat things like you and me in the swamp. And I can lead you back to where I found him. If his body's still there, I don't know. Found him. If his body's still there, I don't know.
Oh, gee.
He's a doppelganger! Get him!
Oh.
Oh no. I didn't mean it. No, come back. I didn't mean it.
Did you talk to your friend in the guild hall and mention what you'd seen in the swamp?
You mean R10?
Yep.
Well, of course. When I ran into him, I went over. Well, here's the thing. I went over to the guild hall to, inform his compatriots that he had, make sure they knew that he had met his demise. And, when I got there, he was the one that answered the door. It was the strangest thing. So we sat down and had a talk. And, he just told me that I must have been under some sort of, a misconception. But I don't know how. I mean, I understand there's powerful magics in the world, like illusions and enchantments and things of that nature. But, it was awfully strange. And he told me that he hadn't even been in the swamp in months.
You didn't have anything on him that you would have known it was him for sure, like not some kind of twin or some shit.
What do you mean? Like
clothing, some kind of thing he had in his pockets, if he got, I don't know, if someone dumped something in the swamp.
It's not like he wears the same thing every day.
I don't know, people got rings and shit that are pretty
Oh,
them,
like
right?
if you had any particular
Yeah. Make sure it was him, not someone
I
that
mean,
just looked like him.
he has all the members of the guild have a ring that they wear, and he had his on.
You didn't take it to show him or anything like that?
No, I mean when I went back and I talked to him, he had his ring.
Oh, but not the one in the swamp?
Honestly, I didn't, stop and like I'm sorry, I was a bit distraught. I'd found the body of my good friend.
Sure.
There.
Did your living friend Arten seem to be at all distraught or dismayed or concerned about the idea that you'd seen his body in the swamp?
Yeah, to be honest, he thought I had been maybe getting into, there are certain substances that are readily available in Stillben, if one so chooses, and he decided, he kind of dismissed it as that. But I swear I saw what I saw.
Is that consistent behavior from him? Did he seem to you like he was acting normally?
I mean, normally enough. I mean, for a man who, hunts relics and myths and legends, he's he's one who's, usually open to, more, what's the word I'm looking for? Fantastical explanations for things. But I mean, he knew certain things and happened to, understand our former relationship, and he, it was strange. That's why I brought you down here to look into it for me.
Agreed. Not disputing that it's strange. Just trying to figure out which side of it is more strange.
And what exactly are you
Oh,
expecting from us of this?
Well, to get to the bottom of this, I mean, if that person back at the Relic Hunters Guild really is R10, then perhaps if you, are able, like, you're powerful magic users. I didn't know if you have a sorcerer that travels with you, right? And um, Biero, you're a powerful magic user. I didn't know if perhaps you had spells or some way that helps you get to the bottom of things, or if you were able to go out into the swamp and find out that perhaps it was some sort of creature that can change shapes or take the appearance of others. I don't know. It's
Yeah, Bureau, you got any magical mystery shit?
I do have some options. Just wondering which direction we should pursue first. Badger, you have a point that a body may not last very long in the swamp. So if we do want to find it, we're probably behind the game as it is, and we should probably do that first. But if we don't think that that's going to be a productive course, then maybe we go.
Unless you got magical mystery solving bullshit to figure out if that's actually who it is. But we've never met the guy.
That's true. I mean, like I said, I could take you to where it is in the swamp. I just, especially if I've got, the famous, defenders of the East protecting me. I just,
Ronnie, looks skeptical of that, but doesn't say anything. Looks to Vanya and gives a shrug.
Vanya also shrugs back.
Well, I would suggest the swamp and searching for the body first, just in case there's a ticking clock there. What does everybody else think?
I mean, if it's gonna help with anything, guess it would prove it wasn't an illusion or some bullshit.
Right?
Sure, fair enough.
But to be fair, if we don't find one that doesn't say it wasn't an illusion, it just means, or it was an illusion, it just means it got eaten, probably.
I mean, is there magic bullshit you can do to tell if the one that he saw is the real one?
That'd be the easy option if you got it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got anything that would help with that very much, unless he's. Yeah. Unless he's genuinely lying, which I don't think he is, then I don't have anything up my sleeve in that vein. I could try dropping a wall of fire on him and see if that inspires.
I mean, I don't want to tell you how to do your business. That seems a bit extreme.
Or Ronnie does like slight spit take, tries to save the ale she's currently drinking.
Why like, why?
Just spitballing.
I'll say.
About how long would it take us to get to that part of the swamp, Badger?
Oh, I don't venture too far into the swamp. I'd say it's only about a half day's march out into the swamp. Well, I mean, when I had come across it, I had been out in the swamp for a couple of days. But if we would just go straight there, I'd say it'd only be about a half day's walk. You can't really take mounts out into the swamp, so kind of have to hoof it.
Sure.
I get it.
I don't have
But-
any better ideas.
Yeah, I also wouldn't recommend us leaving now. It is getting kind of dark.
Well, we could get some rest, but that's also more time for scavengers to do their work.
Well, you're the experts. I'll leave it up to you.
I mean, it took us a couple of weeks to get here since he's told us about it,
True.
right? I don't think one night more will do too much damage.
Fair. Did we like find a stable for our horse and cart, or
Not yet.
No, Pike's been out with them.
Badger? Do you know a safe place where we can leave our horses and our cart?
Well, I mean, that kind of safety is a bit of a relative term here in Stillben.
Which is why I asked.
But don't worry, old Badger's got the hookup. I know there's I know the proprietors of this place. They'd be more than happy to, I think we could talk them into letting us parking it out back and having them keep an eye on things. Is there anything super valuable in the cart that you're worried about losing?
Just the use of the cart and the horses themselves.
That should be all right. Let me say again, I do appreciate you all coming down to help me out with this.
Sure. Anything for a friend who can help us get diamonds to help another friend.
Yeah, you mentioned that last time. You seemed very particular about getting your hands on diamonds.
It's a long story and absolute need to be able to rescue another friend.
Well, that's the thing with the Relic Hunters Guild. They are always out searching for all sorts of old artifacts, both mundane and arcane, and they have all sorts of old, like, jewelry and crowns and all sorts of things that have, like, all sorts of precious stones in them. I'm sure we could get our hands on some, very, all sorts of diamond encrusted, things.
Excellent. Very convenient. Shall we get some rest and head out in the morning, or does anybody have anything they need to do?
I have a feeling there might be some people coming for me in a little bit.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. What the fuck was that all about, Vanya?
With that, we're gonna cut outside.
Oh, what good timing.
We cut outside to Fike and Noxus if Noxus is present.
I'm here.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
here. I've
Hey,
been here
then.
the whole time. I've
Oh,
just been
great.
trying to fix my camera, and I don't know what's wrong.
Well, and I'm not hearing an echo or anything, so that's
Yay.
good.
Yeah, I threw my other headphones. I was trying to charge them.
Oh, okay. Well, so we cut out to Fike and Noxus. You guys are outside sitting on the cart in the rain. What are you guys up to?
I hate.
I don't know what you're talking about. Here, do that thing that you usually do, and hold your cloak out real wide for a second. I'm gonna cast locate drugs.
I hold out my cloak very sheepishly. Kind of.
I cast the second level spell, locate drugs.
There is no spell called locate drugs.
Is one called locate object, and it can help me find drugs. So
I'm like looking at him like we look for drugs.
So you're just casting a spell?
yeah, I'm casting
locate object for what
Yeah.
kind of drug?
blue sued.
Blue suit.
The only one I've ever interacted with.
Okay.
The almighty blue food.
And what's the range on it? 1,000 feet, right?
I'm pretty sure it's 1,000 feet.
Yeah, 1,000 feet of you. Describe a name of an object that is familiar to you. You sense the direction to the object's location as long as it's within 1,000 feet. You get several blips. You get sense blue sued. You don't get distance, but within 1,000 feet of you, there is blue sued in the direction of the tavern to your right, behind you, and off to your left, sort of like 45-degree angle from between straight ahead and left of you.
Good to know.
Find what you were looking for.
Yes, I did. This place is packed filled with drugs, just like a mule's saddlebags.
Why are you looking for drugs?
Because once we get Ren back, we're gonna party.
Like,
What would Ren do?
like
Do a night
WWRD.
smoke.
holy shit, Bureau. No. Fight. You're the only done.
We're the only what? You kind of cut out.
You're the only one who's done food.
Right. So, and it's good shit. I feel like I should be getting like bonus points right now because I could have lied to you and said like, "Oh no, I'm looking for diamonds," but I told you specifically what I'm doing.
Right.
Also, drug dealers are usually bad people, which means they're suspects.
Right.
Do I not get any
For
bonus
what?
points here?
I mean, what? Find some bad people and reprimand them? Is that what we're doing here? Like,
Well, I was thinking we do the old like, like the guard will take your shit, but the guard is really the drug dealer, and then you sell it back to other people. We get more money, easier to buy diamonds.
At this point, the two of you notice as you're sitting out on the cart out front, you watch as you notice someone exiting the tavern, which isn't weird, but they're kind of like backing up, and as they turn around, they take off in a dead sprint, which is weird.
that's not good. Follow him. Maybe he has food.
I know if drugs are running away from me from the spell.
He does not have a suit on. That person does not have a suit on. No.
Now,
Let me be specific. They do not have any blue suit on them.
I mean, we could follow. I'm not against
After
it.
you, After you, princess.
Wow, you're ornery today.
What?
You
No.
know, is it being around the swamp? You're getting your alligator side to come out, and then I'll just boop him on the nose twice, and I'll just start.
When he does that, I go, "Arr," and I will chase after him.
So you guys are chasing after this person?
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna do this thing. I've pissed Knox off, and I go, "You're never gonna catch me, you big green bitch!" And then we're playing our own game, but we're following this guy. It is a ruse.
This is amazing.
Make a deception check.
Make a shenanigans check.
It works because
That's
Knox
basically
knows he's not lying.
Epic
Knox isn't
shenanigans
lying.
check.
Like is.
All right, so you guys.
That's just shy of a 30. In case you didn't.
I can see that because I understand numbers. So you guys take off running in the same direction as the individual did. I'd like the two of you to make perception checks to see if you can follow him. Fike, as you turn and start running after him, you lose sight of him almost instantly. Nox, as you lose sight of him for a minute, but as you turn around an alley, you see you're actually able to catch the tail end of him as he's making another turn around an alley. You guys run down to the end of the alley. Are you guys trying to be stealthy about this, or are you just continuing to try and... Are you just straight up like trying to sprint after him? Don't care if he knows that you're following him, or what's the plan here?
If we're, I would say stealth at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. So you guys get to the end of the next alley and kind of peek your heads around and see him as he's running down between another set of buildings. Everything's pretty cramped here. All the buildings are kind of like in on top of one another. And as you turn the corner to follow after him, you guys can make another set of first perception checks and then stealth checks. I'll also allow you to use survival if you prefer.
By the way, I wanna compliment Roll20 for bouncing the scale so quickly. 29, 7.
What'd it do?
Noxus, you have disadvantage on stealth because of your armor.
Hear me?
Now we
Yeah.
do.
Now we do.
Yeah, no.
You're cutting out again.
I have a feat that allows me not to.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So you do not have disadvantage. I
Just
lied.
roll a 6.
Just roll the 6 anyway, though. As you guys take off down that alleyway to follow, you get to the end, and as you're kind of like ducking into door frames back and forth, the person running stops before he, like, as they're turning a corner, looks back, and you can see that he sees you, Noxus. He kind of he locks eyes with you, and is no longer and you see he locks eyes with you, kind of sighs heavily, and takes off at a even more rapid pace. Are you guys
Damn
still
it.
following?
Jig is up. We gotta go.
Yeah, let's go back. Let's we'll hightail it back towards the tavern.
All right, so you're letting them go.
That's Fike would. I'm not sure what Knox's plan is.
Wait, I mean, sure.
Yeah,
Like-
we You didn't tuck your tail this time, so he saw us. So let's scram vamoose and make light of ourselves.
Okay. All right.
All right, so you guys head back to the tavern. Are you going into the tavern, or are you just setting back up out on the cart?
I think one of us should head in, and the other one should stick with the cart. Considering you got seen, I think you should head
Well,
inside.
oh really? And I will use Mask of Many Faces to look like a dwarf. I think you should head inside.
You're a very tall dwarf, but
I will then
I'm
turn
doing
into a
so.
human.
That's also a very tall human. Got it. All right, I head inside.
Alrighty. As you walk inside, Fike, you can you see a similar scene to what your compatriots saw previously. The place is lively with people. There is a small band off to one side playing lively music. There appears to be laughter and much conversation going on. Directly across from you, there is a bar with a pair of dwarven bartenders behind them, a male and a female. Um, the place on the inside it's weird. It's even more hot in here than it is outside. You get this. You think probably because there's not as much of a breeze coming through here, and the air's a little bit more stale. You can smell, the smell of like people sitting in their own sweat, which is almost probably like soaked into the wood of this place at this point. This place seems like it's been here a while. And there is plenty of mud that appears to be tracked in at this beginning portion of the front of the place, but it has its charms. Without too much issue, you look off to slightly to your right, and you can see back in like a little cutout area in a corner area by a open window. At a table, you can see Biero, Vanya, and Orani sitting with the halfling that you recognize that you've run into before, Badger.
All right, I will approach the table, and I will lock eyes with Arani, and I go, I don't know what you said to get that guy to Vamoose out of here so fast, but ooh wee, he was hightailing it through the city like a Jack Rickham in the middle of whatever the hot month is in Tal'Dorei.
Wait, why are you thinking it's me? It was fucking Vanya this time.
What's wrong with your
Badger?
voice?
Badger looks at you and says, "Right, I faced this one, and now you're talking all funny. It's weird.
I'm dressed as a sexy pirate. I don't know
He
you.
still recognizes you. Hi, Mike. It's good to see you
Right.
again, mate.
Do me a favor, use your noodle, and let's not get our plate. I'm playing Welcome to Incog. And
No,
we're in Edo.
I ordered catfish, not noodles. So
He's really bad at this.
Oh, all right. I'm still gonna do the funny voice. It's kind of my new thing.
oh, you're doing funny voices.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty then. There.
Is he just hamming up his own voice?
Yeah.
Crikey! We'll throw a ship on the Bobby.
This is
They
fucking
said that you were
brilliant.
sitting outside waiting. But what is it you said about someone running through the city?
Oh,
Yeah, seriously, Vanya, what is up with people giving you a side eye here? What did you do?
I came through here as my last stop before meeting the group of you on my hunt for Basir. And some people took exception to my being here.
Mm-hmm. Because you did
And
what?
I may have left a trail of broken people and things behind me.
What was that name? Wait, what was that name you said?
Vanya?
No, the other one.
Bosmir.
Yeah, I know that name.
Uh-huh.
Oh, is he around?
Right, he's been hanging out at the Relic Hunters Guild with
What?
Oh,
R10.
fuck.
Well, that's an answer to what's the weird stuff going on with your friend R10.
Most
Is it?
probably.
Where's the Relic Hunters Guild?
It's in another part of just outside the city.
We're doing this shit now, is what we're trying to say.
Hey,
When-
what
Well,
is...
he's not here in the city.
When was the last time you saw him?
Like, where's this Relic Hunters Guild located directly?
It's over. It's just outside the city limits. Not far. From the what's the name of that fucking part of the town? Hold on.
Jerry.
Jerry. Not far from Jerrytown.
Oh, Jerry.
Not far from
Your turn.
the central district. That's where most of the residential areas are.
So when was the last time you saw Bosvir and R10 together?
Well, when I came back from the swamps to inform the guild about what had happened to R10, that's when he introduced me to this Bosvir fella. Really nice guy.
What did he look like?
What did he look like? Well, he was a dwarven fella, with a long blonde beard, and a strange-looking, well, not strange-looking, but it was pretty gnarly-looking mohawk. And he was wearing these very fancy clothes. And R10 said he was some sort of archaeologist.
Archaeologist, my ass.
I have a
Is
question
he
for the
around?
I have a question for
Can
the
I
DM.
kill
real quick.
him?
Bosvir is not like Dave, right?
Dave?
The name
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah, like we're not gonna go kill a dude named Bosvir thinking he's our Bosvir.
It's BAS versus BOS.
Oh,
It's like
you're
that's
asking
what's gonna
if it's
get
a
us.
common name.
Yeah, I'm asking how.
You don't know.
I mean, if it is a common name, then Vanya's probably murdered at least one other innocent Bosvir.
Probably. Probably. He leaves a trail of Bosvirs in his wake.
But he was leaving the city that was his last night in town.
Where did he go?
Wait. Well, Ronnie and no, I'm the only one that knows this right now, I think. All right. So when I originally met Bosvir, he also had a halfling individual with him that ended up being a shield guardian that he was hiding.
A what?
Like a big old metal construct thing. So
Okay. What the
but,
fuck
like,
does a
look-
demon need with that?
that's the reason we didn't kill him.
Hmm.
But so he might have been doing the same trick twice over now. So he's looking
Oh, he
like
didn't-
someone else like he did before. And then now he's also got your
Someone
buddy.
pretending to be him.
Exactly.
I'm very confused.
Yeah, they tell me, I don't really know the story much, but they say this guy named Bosvir is like a fiend or demon or some shit.
Well, that's strange because he was nothing but polite to me.
Well,
Very
they're
friendly
capable of doing that if they need
Ever
to.
point is so that it's easier to slip a knife between your ribs.
Well, that doesn't sound very pleasant.
No,
That is
it
clear.
is not.
Anyway,
We have to keep Badger alive at all costs.
No, we sacrificed Badger like we did Strats.
Badger's already dead. This is the shield guardian we're talking to now.
No, he said he was leaving the city. He was planning on heading off into the summit peaks. He had someone he was looking for.
That's not reassuring. Um,
Tharn's in the Summit Peaks.
who is?
That's where he left Tharn.
I will send a message to Tharn warning him that
No.
Bosvir may be coming under disguise.
And Shango.
Yeah.
You did not leave him in the Summit Peaks. Tharn.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not true.
I'm sorry. It's the wrong mountain
We
range.
left him like somewhere on the west
yeah,
side
he was
of the
going to-
continent, right?
He was going to Gat Shadow, right? For something for
He was
his-
intending no. So where you parted ways with him was just outside of Amman at the Shivergreen Grove, and he told you that for a while he was going to stay there and help for a while, and then he was planning on here. Let me pull this up. He was planning on heading back to the Gray Valley, which is up here in the Cliffkeep Mountains.
Um,
The Summit Peaks are all the way down over here.
that's where Vesra is, right?
That is where
Or
Vesper.
Zephyr.
Zephra.
Sorry.
Here's Zephra, sorry.
And about when, Badger, was it that you best understand that he left for the Summit Peaks?
Well, that was when I realized that there was an issue with R10. Was when I went to the guild hall and found that he was alive. So that was a little bit. That was a little while. That was a couple weeks before I got in contact with you.
So now what? It's been like 3-4 weeks since then.
At least a month.
I will send to Keyleth and let her know that there may have been a Rakshasa heading from Stillbend to the Summit Peaks about 3 to 4 weeks ago, and watch out for anybody who may have arrived during that time.
And where's Shango, please?
Yeah, where?
And where's Shango?
So you send a message to Keyleth.
Mm-hmm.
And she, all right, is limited. She says, Rakshasa already came. Shango and I dealt with him. Shango left on his own to finish things in the Nine Hells.
Fucking hell!
Oh, damn. We don't even gotta worry. Oh, damn.
Do we need to head to the Nine Hells now, everybody? I tell everybody what she said.
Wait.
Sorry, what?
But Bosvir is gone?
I'm gonna go get Nox.
Yeah, when just kind of like as he says, should we go to the Nine Hells? Like out of nowhere, Nox is just sitting there outside. That's you.
Ren looking in. Gods, if he dies, I shall kill him.
We cut back to outside to you, Noxus. If you would be so kind as to make a perception check for me.
You know, if I must. No, I will. Percepciones.
Percepciones, yes. 21. It's not that hard to notice. You notice a rather large group of various individuals making their way towards the tavern.
Oh, that's not good. I will make
They
my
all
way.
appear to be armed in some way, shape, or form.
I will use my bracelet. Am I 300 feet away?
You're from your party?
Yeah.
You're well within 300 feet.
I basically grab it and I'm like, fight.
So you
fight,
guys get
fight.
this message, like right after BRO tells you the message that he received from Keelan, like the response that he got.
Fight. Oh shit, they're coming in. They're gonna fucking kill you guys. Hurry up.
Stretch
Right.
and be ready to party.
We either got to skedaddle or we got to be ready to battle. Which one we doing?
Obvious.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's
Badger,
be
are
ready
you
to
good to
battle.
fight or are you
This
like
is
I'm more of a lover than a fighter.
then you should, as they say,
Stand in the back.
skedaddle. Whatever the fuck that means. Barkeep, I'm gonna pay you 5 gold and I'm gonna take one of your chairs.
Um,
this is for the whiskey and this
I've
is for the
seen this match
jukebox?
in the arena once. That's going to be great.
the barkeep looks really confused, and says, "Do you go? Are you staying outside, Knox?"
Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of like the surprise for the outside since I've already warned them. I'll kind of
Alright.
come in from behind,
So you
especially
watch.
if they haven't noticed me.
So you watch as a pretty good-sized group of individuals go walking right up to the front door of the tavern, and start spilling in from the tavern.
How many is a good amount?
You're gonna see right now.
Oh,
Whoop.
I'm thinking a good amount is 10 plus.
Trying to see where the entrance is.
You guys are over here.
Yeah, there's a table. I need to zoom out.
Ooh, this
I
is
gotta
a
zoom in to
different
see
bar.
Badger's token.
This is a very large
Very
bar.
Badger
Well,
does
yeah,
not
it's
look like what I think it would look like, but
It's a different bar than I've seen Bill use.
Yay, new
good
maps.
thing we are by a window.
Yeah, roll around, you jump out the window.
That's the
Dramatic
opposite.
effect, jump out the window.
That's the opposite direction I want to go.
It's dramatic effect.
Then you do it.
I do not like
I'm already outside.
these
Go in the window.
these minis because
What?
I've seen them before.
I
Oh
don't know
no!
what you're talking about.
Oh no! Oh no!
Mike hasn't. I personally have seen them.
Oh, I
no,
definitely remember the one.
No, we have seen them, Fike. We have seen them.
Yeah, we have seen them in this game.
Oh,
Yeah.
these are
Oh, the
a
myriads?
blast from the fucking past.
Right?
Yep.
Brooks says
They almost killed
Domina
us.
thought they had a drop on us.
Oh, yeah.
Why did you have to tangle with these people, Fanya? Oh shit! There's 4 of them.
5.
Well, no, 4 of the big guys.
Oh,
Ah,
crack knuckles. I can't actually do it, so.
So 8, 9, right? Yeah, 9 so far. I wonder who the one that saw Vanya was. I wonder if he's like a special enemy NPC.
And as they come in through the front door, they look around and and
They all fail the perception checks and leave.
they look over into your little corner over there, and the music screeches to a halt. And the one in front doesn't break eye contact with you, Vanya, and you instantly recognize the one in front.
Ooh.
I'm
gonna need some context.
about to give it to you.
Okay.
And you recognize these guys were last time you were in town and you had a thing with Bosvir. These guys were hired muscle who you kind of messed up their organization a bit. you realize they didn't really know who Bosvir was. They were just hired muscle, but they took your basically losing to you not well. And so
They took it
now,
personally.
yeah, they took it personally. Um, you get the sense that their reputation has probably been hurt because they got taken out by one guy for the most part. And I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Oh, they're just coming straight at us. Okay.
Let's rumble. Tavern brawl.
I was gonna ask them if they wanted to take it, outside, but
They don't give a shit
Wow.
about
all right.
Hey.
Wow.
Yeah, we're doing well
I actually
tonight.
rolled decent. I rolled decent on my initiative. We all rolled pretty decent.
God damn it,
Yeah,
Bureau.
you
God damn it.
Good.
Vanya and Arani just like, yes, at the same time.
Oh man.
I have a channel divinity for this, but I feel like it won't work now.
You can certainly try.
And, yeah, called it.
Yeah, we all know where Fike's strengths are in the bed.
Oh boy.
So fuck them.
Literally.
I just want to be clear that command is one word.
I'm sure if you impress the DM, he will let you use 2.
No, I like one gives me a lot of options. People think it's limited. It's not.
Oh yeah, I've had good use of command before.
Dun, 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 dun.
It's gonna be fun.
Alrighty. Bureau, you act first.
All right. I'll look around and I'll call into the bracelet. Knox, bottleneck the doorway. Fike, keep the civilians safe. Vanya and Arani, smash. And
Defenders! Assemble!
with that, I'll inspire Fike with my bonus action. And with my action, because everybody's, even though they're packed very nicely, so are the civilians, so I can't use my synaptic static yet.
The civilians, yep.
Kill him. It's okay. No consequences.
Bad just
Golly.
going.
Just
If you had a
instill
shot-
Ben. Instill Ben dropping a synaptic stack and nothing of value was lost.
There.
You hear the bartenders, they kind of see what's going on. The guy in front says, "Clear out if you don't want to be collateral damage." And the bartenders go, they kind of realize what the gold for was with the chair, and they're like, "Now, wait a second. I'm sure we can talk this out."
Now,
And
wait.
then, Biero, what is your action?
I am going to hold a synaptic static for if the civilians clear out enough for me to land it in a spot that doesn't hit any civilians but hits at least a few of the
Okay.
intruders.
Alrighty. Fike, you're up.
Ooh. Okay. I am going to walk 30 feet and get behind this particular civilian. I'm going to cast Calm Emotions, and with my free action, I will speak. If you will kindly exit to your nearest window, it would be much appreciated. and I'm just gonna try to get everybody to fucking leave.
As in, like, the bar patrons?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's gonna get bloody. I know this is gonna happen. I just don't want any civilians dead. So
Okay.
I
right,
will. I mean,
Make a persuasion check with advantage for the calm emotions. All right. We'll see what they do on their turn.
fantastic.
That ends your turn.
Yes, it does.
All right. That brings us to the cutthroats. This one is going to dash, use its bonus action to dash over to here. This one is also going to dash over to here. This one is going to bonus action dash over to here. This one's going to bonus action dash over to here. And this one is going to bonus action dash over to here. You then hear what sounds like the shattering of glass.
Yay.
As you did not roll high enough to see this, Nox.
Oh, they're over there.
Hmm? Oh.
Oh, bueno.
Oh yeah, this brings back memories.
And they will bonus action dash like so.
Nice knowing you guys.
Miro, look like you
Well,
fucked, mate.
And this one is going to run over to here and take cover behind the bar. And now they are going to make attacks because they cunning action dashed. They're able to do things like that.
Sorry, Bureau. I
What
love
Bureau
you,
ever
Bureau.
do to them?
It's not what
Uh,
Bureau did to them. It's what Bureau did
Bureau?
to the DM.
Each of them is going to make a pair of short sword attacks against you.
let me just. Damn it. Can't even land a synaptic static on them. All right, cool.
Alrighty, here we go. 17 to hit,
Just hits.
and much higher than that.
Shit.
So okay. So from the first attack with its sneak attack, let me get my maiden's die in there.
Fuck! Why?
Because I know it tortures you.
Yeah,
Um,
I was. I knew it.
You suffer from from the first strike 18 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
From the second strike, only 5 points of piercing damage.
Would I have gotten those normal bonus points from resting near Nox?
Yes.
Yes.
Temporary. Okay. So 7. Okay, got it.
Next one. That's cocked. That is a 19 to hit and a 19 to hit.
Yep.
So you suffer with the sneak attack on the first one. Ooh. 26 points of piercing damage.
All right.
And then 6 points of piercing damage from the second strike.
Okay.
Next person that attacks. That's an 8 to hit
Nope.
and a 21 to hit.
Yep.
So that's 24 points of damage. And the last one, that's a 15 to hit, which I'm pretty sure misses,
That's correct.
and a 21 to hit on the last one. So those are the
That-
last strike against you.
21 hits.
All right, so finally, with the sneak attack, about time maidens die. Come on now. 15, 18
It's bad shit you want to
points.
die.
18 points of piercing damage from that strike.
I am quite bloody.
Ugh.
Quite bloody. All right. Fike.
Yep.
The two that are over by you are going to strike at you.
Yep.
With a few short sword attacks. Did I forget a guy over on you, Bureau? Did I get off?
Oh, I'm sure you got them all, Bill.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just making.
yeah.
I'm sure.
I don't want you to feel short. I don't want you to feel like I shorthanded you. It's a 18 to hit, Fike.
Miss.
A 22 to hit,
Hits.
a miss, and a 21 to hit.
Just hits.
All right, so that's 2 strikes on you with sneak
Uncanny
attack on
dodge.
both of them. So you're uncanny dodging the first one?
Yep.
All right, so for the first one, that's 3, 6, 9, 11, 14. So reduced to 7 for the first strike.
Okay.
And for the second one with sneak attack, that is 11, 14, 17, 18, 19, 22 points of piercing damage. And then the one from behind the bar is going to throw a pair of daggers at you, Fike.
Okay.
You know, for them really fucking hating you, they really like fighting them, Vanya.
That's
Apparently.
my shtick.
That's some
but-
bullshit.
You were in the way. You're in between them and Vanya. First one is a 17.
Miss.
Second one is a 16.
Miss.
All right, so those both miss. So that ends their turns. That brings us to Orani and then Vanya.
Hey, Bill, before you move
Yes.
on, it looks like there actually is a spot that I could drop a synaptic static.
Okay.
It would be like right there, which would get the
Okay.
biggest.
Okay.
So let me just do that real quick.
Is that what kind of save is that again?
Intelligence.
Intelligence, you say.
Believe it or not.
Let me just double check something.
I started to worry. Wondered if I had enough cash.
All right, so intelligence saves for those 4 guys. Yeah?
Yep.
DC 18.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with the guy closest to you. He failed his save. He's gonna use an Indomitable to
Okay.
try and reroll that. That's gonna succeed. So he
All
takes half damage. Then we'll start from the bottom right and diagonally work our way up.
Okay.
Next guy succeeds. Middle guy rolls a natural 20. And the last guy fails, but he's also going to use an Indomitable to try and succeed. And does.
Boo.
Awesome.
So you burned a few Indomitables.
That's true.
But they each take 14 points of damage. Alrighty. Making up for my frozen purple worms. Still
These
salty
guys
about
totally
it.
know about that.
Still salty about it. Orani.
Okay. Well, just gonna let's see. I got 40 feet, so she's gonna jump up run past Vanya, jump up on this table, and go after this guy so that Vanya has a clear shot at this one if he wants it. And take some swings after casting Hex.
Okay, so you're gonna cast Hex first
Mm-hmm.
on the one directly across from you.
Yep.
Okay, so that one's hexed.
And take some swings. Fuck.
The 17 hits, the 12 does not, and they're going to uncanny dodge on the hit. So instead of taking 16, they take 8 points of damage there.
Okay.
So that does that. All right. So you come running up, jump up on the table, persuasion out, and
you're calling him that?
Bill doesn't care.
Fair. Yeah.
I could care less what you call your packed weapon.
Let's rumble!
You can call it bang bang stick as far as I care. I don't give a shit. So you come up and crack them on the shoulder, but they're able to kind of like dip it a little bit, so the impact isn't as hard as you want. And as you come back around for the second strike, they're ready for you, and they duck out of the way. Vanya, then Noxus.
All right, Vanya is going to take the opportunity that Arani has given it and put for a clean run up on the northernmost cutthroat by Bureau.
Okay.
He's going to shout at the group of them, "All right, rematch time then, you little shits!" And he will rage. And
What?
he's going to.
You're gonna rage? That's wow. I did not see
Madness.
that.
Completely unexpected.
Oh, I
Total
forgot. I'm sorry,
surprise.
real quick.
Hmm?
I forgot this guy down here.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Oh.
That sounds like your problem, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
You're
year.
gonna run up here and throw a pair of daggers at Orani.
Fair.
First
very
one's a
small,
natural
but-
one, so that probably I'm gonna guess that misses.
Yeah.
Actually, that hits.
The second one is only a 15, which I think also.
Yeah,
misses. All right, so a couple of daggers go flying by. Guess it didn't matter anyway.
So you're related, terrible at
yeah.
everything. Got it.
Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. So I'm going to take a running start at this lad
Okay.
and recklessly attack him.
Alrighty. 28 hits and a 25 hits. The first one they're gonna uncanny dodge on because ouch.
Oh, wise decision.
Oh, we rolled 3 6s. Or is that just all 3 6?
Damn.
One of those is not a d6.
Yes, that's great though.
And one of them is just a flat +6 modifier from the
Okay.
here.
I saw 3 6s. I was like, damn.
The bash of the beast.
All right, so the first one would have been 33, so that's reduced to 16, right? Have 33 is 16.
Yep.
Which means that you are at this many hit points. And then with the second strike, you do 13 points of damage, which means that you are at this many hit points. That one's
Bill, just tell the number.
no. Does that end your turn, Vanya?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout at them some more.
Yeah, as
Come
the
here, you
one-
little shits. I broke the line last time. Come at me again, then.
The one that you charged is looking super fucked up, and is looking like they're regretting this decision.
Regretting my life decisions. at this moment.
Noxus, you hear the familiar sounds of Vanya shouting, and a synaptic static going off, as you've heard that many a times coming from the inside.
Well, I sit there and I'm like, okay, it's go time. I'm gonna step in the door. I'm gonna kick it open if it's not already open. and I'm gonna be like, "Say hello to my little friend Bahamut," and I will cast Flame Strike on that guy and get these 4.
Damn.
We're burning this bitch down tonight.
All right, so you
Burning
cast
down
Flame
tavern.
Strike on these 4 guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if
And
we're
it
burning down the
doesn't hit
tavern, I would
any
have
of
done
them.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Well, Flame Strike's only a 10-foot radius,
Fair.
so there's
So
less
we
chance of
start
hitting
with a
civilians.
smaller radius on fire.
Pretty much. And it's radiant and fire.
Radiant and fire, so he has a little
Mm.
bit more control. That's the whole point of being like a paladin as a cleric, is you're not having to worry so much about your spells having collateral damage. You're a little bit more careful about that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Uh,
I will also be adding my my Radiant Soul, which gives me my charisma modifier. Yes, it's my charisma modifier added to either the fire or the radiant. So
Okay.
it doesn't really matter because they're both fire.
Go ahead
radiant.
and roll damage and stuff.
Stuff and
So
things.
that is +4.
Plus 4, so it would be 25 plus, so that's 29. DC 17. All right, we'll start with the guy closest to you, work up diagonally, and then do the guy up to the right.
All right.
The first guy rolls a natural 1.
Yeah.
Second guy rolls a natural 5.
Yeah.
You see, these are the rolls Bureau was hoping for.
You would have just used Indomitable. Though.
Well, 2 of them still have their Indomitable, just not those 2 guys. This guy also fails. He's going to use his Indomitable and fail again.
Sweet.
And then the last guy is going to use his Indomitable, and they all fail.
Let's go.
So they each take 29 points of damage. So you come in and just crack your spear on the ground, and you watch as this small bead of light appears on the floor underneath them, and then expands out to a 10-foot radius. And you watch as a column of divine energy and radiant fire just comes shooting up out from underneath them, as they all get blasted with a flame strike.
Oh yeah, man, let's go. And as my bonus, I believe that is all I am gonna do. I'm just gonna chill right there.
All right. At the end of your turn, that brings us to the enforcer's turn.
And I'm fucked.
You don't hear shattering glass this time, because the glass was already shattered.
Oh boy.
But you do see more enforcers come in through
The window.
the windows.
Oh, fun.
To the walls.
To this drop down some stuff.
These.
These is nuts.
The knob.
What was that?
Me.
Sounded like a cat.
That was my cat, probably.
Okay. It did sound like a cat. It sounded like a cat. Sounded like a cat or somebody high pitching.
Skate, skate, skate.
I had to.
All right, so these guys who you just flame striked are super pissed at you, Nox. They're not a fan of that. So
I'm glad they're not.
they are going to go like this.
Yay.
This guy up here can only get to you, so he's going to go there. And then these guys,
That fucks
Yeah.
up all my plans now.
they're going to dash over to here. Luckily, that
Oh,
causes an
shit.
issue for them. This
Oh,
guy
no.
turns and looks at Badger, who's still drinking his ale, and runs up to Vanya, and because he doesn't know that you get there, he's like, I don't fucking care
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go after Badger for a minute.
All right, so Vanya, one of those guys that ran up to you still has their attacks because they didn't have to move so much.
All right.
And they are going to make their 3 strikes against you
Okay.
with advantage because you were pretty reckless on your last turn. So that is for the first strike, 20 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
Second strike, 16 to hit
Misses.
because your new armor.
Yes.
Third strike, 16 to hit.
Also misses.
All right, so only one of them hits you. And he hits you with this huge warhammer. You suffer 7 points of bludgeoning damage reduced to 3, and I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. I'm going to what, fanatical focus that.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
18. As he hits you and strikes you, you feel a little bit of nervousness come over you. Like, that was a pretty solid hit. And there's a lot of these guys, and you feel a little bit of fear start to creep into your mind, but you refocus yourself and remember that you love this kind of shit. This is what you live for, and you are able to push that fear out of your mind.
Also, these guys are dicks.
True.
Noxus, all 3 of those guys are going to make 3 strikes at you.
Okay.
16,
Nope.
18.
No.
So then that misses. 16 misses. There's one. That's a 21. That misses. And a 20. So you get struck.
Hit.
So you hit twice.
Mhm.
For 7 points of bludgeoning damage and 9
Okay.
points of bludgeoning damage, so 16 total. And I need you to make 2 wisdom saving throws.
Okay. Just give me 1 second. 2 wisdom saving throws, you say?
Yes, indeed.
There's 1, and here is 2.
All right, you do not feel fear from the strikes that hit you.
Awesome.
This guy,
No. Stay right where you are. Stay right where you are.
Have a seat.
he's gonna dash over to here.
Oh, yeah. You can do that. That's fine. I'm okay.
That ends their turn, bringing
Bro,
us
you're
to Badger. Badger's sitting in the back and is like, well, this escalated quickly. I'm not 100% sure of the dynamic here, Vanya. It seems like these folks don't really like you, but I wish you the best of luck. Vanya, you get D8 inspiration from Badger.
Hey!
Oh, cool. Okay.
I knew he was a bard.
And then he's going to, with his action, he will cast.
Did it.
Where is it?
I like-
Brazilian sphere on himself.
I just imagine him with his feet up, drinking his ale on the table, and he's just casting his spells willy-nilly.
Wave. Drink.
Just cast, and then just drink.
He casts invisibility on himself.
Oh, of course.
Of course.
That ends his turn, and you guys watch as a mug is raised up off the table by nothing, and then set back down. That brings us to the people.
You are.
That brings us to the people.
I hope they get out.
Well, the door over here is now blocked.
Persuade them to exit towards the nearest window. I did not say the door.
He
I
did.
remember. So this group over here They take off running in this direction and head up the stairs here to the second floor. So they disappear up to the second floor.
So like that mob like scream that you hear in a movie.
They
took her gems!
Fucking hell.
This little lady right here is gonna run over into dive under this table here. These two over here are gonna run around into the kitchen, as are these guys. They come running over here. The bartenders just duck underneath the bar.
They're like, oh shit.
They're like, please don't break anything. And these people are also going to run over this way. And this person that's playing the piano is going to jump out the window. These people over here at this table, this one runs over to this window. This one runs over to this window, and they... One of them is able to climb out the window.
Yay.
The other one rolls a 1 and goes to climb out the window. And you watch as they slip and fall back inside. And there's a huge, like from the broken glass, there's like a huge slice up their chest, and they're bleeding pretty profusely as this person disappears out into the rain. These two down here are going to make a run for the stairs over here, but don't have quite enough movement to get out. That ends them, bringing us back to the top of the order. Piero.
Okay, I seem to be surrounded by lots of people who want to stab me.
Yeah, you're not having a good time right now, Bureau.
Let's see. I'm not sure which is dumber.
What is the
dumbest?
stupidest thing I could do right now?
I mean, they all seem to want the Vanya, so.
No, it
maybe
seems
just get
like they want the Bureau at the moment.
True.
Well, the Bureau was the closest one that they could get to at the moment. That was between
Get
them
me
and
before.
Vanya, so.
All right. I am going to draw my rapier and
Rapier.
stab the one directly south of me a couple of
Okay.
times.
11 misses, 23 hits.
All right. I'm going to drop a defensive flourish
Okay.
on that.
They're going to uncannily dodge.
That's fine. And
Roll damage on that. All right.
damn it.
So 16 points of damage. They take 8 points of damage.
Well, my AC increases by 2. I will bonus action healing word cure wounds healing word myself.
Yeah, healing word. At what level?
A level 3.
Okay. For 11.
Awesome. And
Would you like to move?
I think that will just draw a whole bunch of opportunity attacks, so no.
Alrighty. Fike, you're up.
Oh no! All right, well that's this enforcer getting in this mix fucks my plan completely up. I am going to stab at the one in front of me. Firstly,
The one directly to the west of you.
yes,
All right, 25 hits.
you take that damage.
There's no sneak attack on that though.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, you take 13 then.
All right, they will uncannily dodge and take 6.
Isn't he a swashbuckler and he gets that still?
Yeah, I got to be one-on-one with something.
He's got to be 1-on-1,
Oh, right,
not
right.
3-on-1. Yeah,
There's too many dudes here.
and he doesn't have an ally over there, so
Yeah.
First time that's a problem for Fike.
it is literally like the first time this is a problem. I just got where you were going.
I do the sex, guys. Yes. This goes.
20 also hits.
This goes the one to the north,
Okay,
west of me, and southwest.
those both hit for 13 and 10. So that takes that person down to that, and then the guy on the bottom gets 10, like that. All right. So 3 blindingly fast strikes. Ching, ching, ching. Is that end your turn?
I'm going to Dukes of Hazard across the table.
And you don't get any opportunity attacks, right? Because you hit each
Because I hit
one
them
of them.
all. I hit them all.
Yep.
Yep.
So
5.
you're gonna Dukes of make an acrobatics check for me.
Yeah.
I know it's all slippery with crab grease.
It is, and you full on Bo Duke slide right across the table, looking super cool while you do it.
That'll get me there. At 30.
And as a matter of fact, you roll well enough on that acrobatics check that it only cost you 5 instead of 10 feet of movement to go across that
Ooh.
table.
Nice.
Then I'm going to get right here.
Alrighty. Does that end your turn?
Yes, it does.
All right, that brings us to the cutthroats. This two over here. One's gonna run over here. This one's gonna run over here. This one is gonna move over here. And this one is gonna move. Nope, this one is gonna move over here. You can make an attack of opportunity against that one if you'd like, Bureau.
Sure. Let's do that.
Unless you want to save your reaction.
Not in particular.
All right. 22 hits for 14 points of damage. Alrighty. And then this one over here. I think they're happy where they are throwing daggers at the moment, actually. All right, so we'll start up top with the ones that are going to attack Vanya, who all have advantage because reckless. So we'll start with the one directly north of you. You get 2 short sword attacks. That's a 25 to hit.
Uh-huh.
And wow, what a shitty pair of rolls. An 11 to hit. So I'm pretty sure only one of those hits you.
Yes.
So from that person, you take 23 points of damage, reduced to half.
11.
11. Yep. Then the one to your immediate left misses with the first one, hits with the second one. You take 21 points of damage, reduced to 10. Then the one diagonal down and left from you hits on the first one, hits on the second one. So from them, you suffer 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage from the sneak attack strike, and 8 points of damage from the regular second hit. That's without the reductions, so you can figure that out. Then the one directly south of you that was super fucked up by you is going to make their 2 strikes against you. That hits, and that hits. They both hit. So with the first one, which is sneak attack, is 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20 points of damage reduced to 10. And then from the second normal strike, 7 points of damage reduced to 3. They are then going to use their bonus action to disengage. And they run over here.
Ah, fuck.
And then lastly, the one just north of Orani is going to attack you as well, Vanya.
All right.
They're here for you, you know?
I wish I'd
Yeah,
Sentinel.
sure are.
I wish I'd
I'm fine.
Sentinel.
That hits. And that hits as well. So both their strikes hit. The first one with the sneak attack on it. Wow. A 6 and 4 ones. 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 points of damage reduced to 6 on the first strike. And then for the normal strike without the sneak attack, 9 points of damage reduced to 4. All right. Orani, this one that you hexed is going to attack you, or try to anyway. They do not have advantage on the attack against you because you don't do barbarian reckless stuff. That's a natural 1 on the first one, and a 16 on the second one.
Nope. Dip dodge on that.
Yeah. Bureau, this one below you. Is a 17.
Nope.
And a 23.
Yep.
You take, wow, another shit roll. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
So, Vanya, the ones around you all just jump up and just stab, like different angles. Stab, you're trying to parry some of them. They just slipping in between some of your armor plating, just like getting ganged up on by like stepping on an anthill. Orani one tries to take a couple swipes at you, but you, without issue, swipe him to the side. Bureau, you're surrounded and trying to take, you're getting attacked from multiple angles. One of them slips through your your defensive flourish, and you feel that stabbing pain. The 2 that are not engaged, they're going to continue to throw daggers. One of them is going to throw a pair of daggers at you, Orani, the one that's over behind that table. That's a 25 to hit on the first one, and a miss on the second one.
Can I try and grab that?
Well, we'll see how much damage it is first. And then, where the frick? Oh, there it is. I was like, where did that D4 go? Alright, come here. Alright, so 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it's 19 points of damage on the first one. So you can go ahead and roll your thingy.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you're probably going to be able to... This uses your reaction, I believe, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me make sure I have the right thing. It's 10 plus...
It's a D10
Dex
plus your
mod
monk
and
level.
monk level.
And your monk level, yeah.
Okay, so... 12... 11... 16. So, yep, I need to update this. So, there we go.
Yeah. So you straight up catch it. So they throw the daggers, and you just turn and like catch it as it's headed towards your face.
And just
And
kind
you
of
kinda
tilts her
look
head that
and
direction
yeah.
with the mask on,
Yeah.
just like
Kind of like tilt your head over, lock eyes with them, and their eyes get kind of big for a second. Like, shit.
we're
Do you
playing
want to
now,
spend
huh?
a key point
Fuck
and throw
yes.
it back?
Think you dropped this? Fuck.
Unfortunately, that misses and goes wide. So you throw it, and it goes. They just duck out of the way, and it sticks into the mantle of the fireplace behind them. And they turn and look at it, kind of like vibrating in the wood there for a second, and they look a little shaken.
Intimidate them with that? I got intimidation.
They look a little shaken. You don't even have to roll.
Wait.
Lastly, this one over here is going to pop up and throw a pair of daggers at who's closest to them. Fike.
Yeah, go ahead.
22 to hit
Yeah, it hits.
and 24 to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
These do not have sneak attack on them. Luckily for you.
I've already used my uncanny dodge. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's 5 points of damage and 7 points of damage as a pair of daggers stick into your hamstrings as you're like running over there. Pull them out.
This is my
Little-
shtick.
yeah. That ends the cutthroats' turns. Orani, then Vanya. As soon as I get back from this quick bathroom break, so I don't pee my pants.
D&D Beyond, everybody.
everybody.
It's a great tool to use.
Hey, Crunch, how's it going?
We're not sponsored at all, but we would love to be sponsored. We don't,
Hi,
you know.
chat. If chat, we need help, and by donations, every donation.
Don't.
That
That doesn't
one
give
bad
us
guy.
inspiration, but
Yeah.
he did give
Every
me
person we
a
kill,
level
donate
for
to Orani, you know, because she needs it.
Oh,
All
because
of
I'm
you
gonna die.
guys, if you
How's it going, Crunch? Good to see ya.
All right. Sorry about that. Orani, then Vanya.
Yep. So looks a little disappointed that she didn't actually hit that one, but kind of grins at it nonetheless. Turns focus back. All right, let's get back to dancing and take some swipes at him. Go.
Your hexed one.
Yep.
Yeah, both of those hit.
Get fucking wrecked. And
they will uncanny dodge the first one.
yep, and flurry of blows.
Hold on, let me
Yep.
math.
Mm-hmm.
So the first one would have been 22.
22.
So that's 11. And then the second one is 21. Yeah, okay, so they're looking pretty rough.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Flurry of blows.
Yep.
Just roll one first, and then
Okay.
because you might. 17 hits
Woo!
for 14. So after the 2 strikes with the Tetsubo, they're kind of standing there woozy doing the finish him, and you wheel around with a roundhouse kick, and you connect with the right across their jaw, and their neck spins so hard you hear it crack, and they fall to the ground dead.
And then just gonna jump up onto the body and take another punch at this one.
Which one? The one below? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, though not hex. Just 7.
Yeah, so just 7?
Yep.
All right.
Haven't moved over hex yet.
All right, so you jump off their body and just like uppercut under their chin, and their head flies back as they turn and face you. Ending your turn, Vanya.
All right.
This is target-rich environment.
It sure is. It sure is.
How you looking, by the way? Probably
yeah.
not too bad.
Not terrible. I'm still over half. Which one of these? They've moved around enough that I can't keep track. Which one of these cutthroats immediately around me is like the most hurt looking right now?
The one, I mean, they're all pretty close actually to one another. Uh, yeah, they're all within 10 hit points of each other. So
Okay. I'm just gonna go for this one then and give Biro a hand.
okay,
So left hand one, southwest.
Yep.
And will not recklessly attack.
no, okay, 30 definitely hits.
For a solid 27 on the first one against that
Okay,
guy. 23.
23 also hits for 18. They're gonna uncanny dodge the first one.
Uh-huh.
So 27, have a 27 would be
13.
13. They're looking pretty rough, but they are still up
Gah.
because they were at full.
Die.
So that's your action.
Yep. And then bonus action, I'm just gonna drink a potion of regular healing.
Okay.
Cool.
For 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay.
Not 11. I don't get healing bonuses
from rage. No, you don't.
It's not a healing
Rage drinking.
He just chose the bottle.
So I'm gonna look at all three of those people in front of me, and I'm just gonna point to my tattoo. I'm like, let me show you. I will cast.
You cut out, buddy.
I basically said, "You want to know how I got this scar?" Point to my tattoo, and I said, "Let me show you."
Oh, okay. You're gonna cast Investiture of Flame.
Boom.
Yes.
All right.
By lighting myself on fire. Got it.
And as it lights, casts on fire, I'm just gonna say, "Oh, it burns so good. Now you'll know how it feels."
I figured that was the end of your turn, Vanya. All right. Yeah. So you cast. Oh. Okay. So you cast it. Radiant fire erupts around you. And at the start of their turn, they will take damage. From that. Does that end your turn?
Double check. I think it does. Yeah. We'll say that ends it.
Okay. That brings us to the enforces. The enforces, boss.
Enforcers. Yeah, we need
All right.
enforcers.
The 3 around you, go ahead and roll a d10, Noxus.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a d10 for them enforcers.
All right, they each take 3 points of fire damage.
Second. So it doesn't say that I have to wait for a long rest for my Radiant Soul, so my Radiant Soul again for fire. So that adds 4. Here, let me put it in chat for you.
Yeah.
Oh, it says 1.
One of the targets.
So I will do it to the one right in front of me.
All right. So you shouldn't have done the extra damage to those guys earlier, but whatever.
My bad.
No worries. Okay. So he's there. All right. Those guys are gonna all attack you.
Yay.
What's your AC again? 19.
19.
It's a miss. That's a hit. That's a hit. That's a miss. Miss. Hit. 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 And hit. So you get hit 6 times.
Hit 6 times. Here we go.
So you take 8 points of damage, 4 points of damage, 5 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
11 points of damage,
Mm-hmm.
and 11 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to make 6 wisdom saves.
One, 2, 4, 5.
All right. So you've yeah. All right. So you are now frightened as they strike you until the end of your next turn.
Okay.
And then I need you to make 6 concentration checks, concentration saves.
5.
And you're good. You maintain concentration
Yay!
on Vestige of Flame. Um, this guy is going to move here. This guy is going to move over here because there's no room around Vanya. That one's going to attack you 3 times, Fike. 17,
It misses me, Daddy.
26,
That hits.
or 25, and 19.
19 misses.
All right. You get struck once for 10 points of damage. And you get struck for 10 points of damage. I need you to make a wisdom save. You are not frightened. And then Vanya, all the ones around you are going to attack you. I don't know if you can keep track of this or not.
Let's type in.
He
Yep.
said he can.
Okay. So, AC is 17. Okay. So, here we go. Hit, miss, miss. So that's 1 hit. Miss, hit, 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 hit. 6 hits, 7 hits, 7 hits, and a natural 20. So, here we go. That is... I'm just going to give you the full damages on these, and then you can do the reduction. So that's 13, 6, 6, 9, 12, and then the crit, 7.
Crit was a 7?
Yeah, I rolled shit on the 7 on the crit.
Nice.
I rolled a 2 for damage on the crit.
53 total, 26 reduced.
All right, and then I need you to make saves if you can.
Ooh,
Probably not yet
he's not even in.
until you get back
Yeah.
in. So just when you get back in, we'll have you make a bunch of wisdom saves. That ends the enforcer's turn. So a bunch of them just it's just a straight up bar fight in here. Swings are going everywhere. You're getting it's as good old JR would say. It's a good old fashioned slobber knocker. It's your boy JR. As these flurry of blows, air quotes, just come raining down on the lot of you, bringing us to Badger, who's going to say, "Well, this is just a bit much for me. I feel everyone could benefit from talking things out using our words instead of our fists and weapons. But it doesn't look like anyone's listening to me. So we're gonna go about it this way." And you watch as he appears right over here as he casts a thunder wave on this line of people right here.
Hey!
He's not a super powerful bard, but con save and his DC is that. All right. Failure. It's a natural 1 and a failure. Wow, they all fail. All right. And he cast that at 3rd level. So that is 3d8 thunder damage.
Woo! Badger got the spells.
Jesus. 7 points of damage.
Oh!
I know, just terrible, just awful.
What the fuck, Badger? He does about as much damage as an actual badger.
Yeah, just terrible, just awful. He's like you said, he's a lover, not a fighter. All right. And then he's gonna say, Bureau, you're surrounded there. You might want to think about moving away. And he's gonna throw you inspiration. As he reaches behind him and grabs his ale from the table and drinks it again. So you got a D8 inspiration there, Bureau.
Nice.
That ends his turn, bringing us to the people. These guys disappear up the stairs. These guys disappear into the kitchen. And they're all just gonna kind of hunker down and wait for the fighting to stop. Bringing us back to the top, Biero.
All right. I am gonna bonus action take a greater healing potion.
Okay.
Let's see. That helps a bit. Then I'm going to. I don't think I need to risk an opportunity attack for this. And I'm going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't properly introduce myself. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
What the fuck?
And you're in a burning ring of fire.
You're gonna cast wall of fire pointing inward.
Yep.
Okay.
How many fucking names do you have, Bureau?
So Vanya is also going to have to make a save against this.
Yeah.
But first, I need to make a shit ton of dex saves.
Yep.
So let's start there. We'll start with the cutthroats, and we'll just start at the top. Natural 1. Natural 1. Jesus. That's 2 natural ones in a row. Bottom left fails. Bottom right, they succeed. All right, so this one succeeds down here.
Okay.
Of those 4, they're the only one. So they take 9 points of damage.
9.
9. This one gets incinerated. This one is deeply hurt. This one is also very hurt. If you want to make 7 wisdom saves with your physical dice, David, and let me know if you fail any of them, they are DC 15. If you fail one, you are frightened until the end of your next turn. Then let's do the enforcers. Fail. Success. Success. Fail. All right, so 2 of them fail, 2 of them succeed. So the one on the top left takes 19 points of damage. So the one directly bottom takes 19 points of damage.
This is a fucking great backdrop, Biero. Thanks.
You wouldn't mind finishing the stabby guy next to me? That would be thanks enough.
That's the fucking goal.
And
I'm working on it.
alrighty. You can hear several screams of pain and fire. Also, Vanya, you need to make a DC 18 dexterity save against the wall of fire that appeared around you.
So many saves to make.
Do you have... Oh, it's just ability checks and attacks for frightened, right? Also a fail, so you take 19 points of fire damage. Ability checks. And attack rolls, yeah. Alright. Alright. You hear Badger say, "Well, I hope the place doesn't burn down. I was enjoying the crabs themes.
This
You
place
may
is
want to
fucked.
finish that beer in a hurry.
It's fucked.
This place is full of crabs. Got it.
Is there
Par
anything
for the
else
course
you want to do
for
on your turn, Piero?
No.
As you hear several shrieks of pain from people burning to death.
No, that's those shrieks of pain are a reward in themselves.
Okay.
Hero.
Wow. Right.
I will unleash hell on the man in front of me.
3 strikes.
Oh.
That misses.
Yeah.
That hits. And that hits.
Whoop, whoop.
For a total of 34 points of damage.
Yeah.
If I did my math right.
34.
You unleash a flurry of strikes. 2 big gashes appear as 2 of them are able to slip past his armor. He's bleeding pretty profusely and he's looking pretty rough, but he's still up. Are you talking? Because we can't hear you.
Yeah, I was thinking out loud. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll move right there.
Alrighty. You make your slashes move away. He's unable to. He's like grabs one of the gashes on his thigh and is unable to make a strike against you as you leave. Bringing us to the cutthroats. So it's if they end their turn in there right now, Bureau, that they have to roll for damage and shit, or if they try to pass through it.
You create it all once. The creature takes the same damage when it enters the wall for the first time or ends its turn there.
All right, or if they try to pass through the wall.
I mean, it doesn't say that, but
That's
how we've ruled it. Yep.
That's how I've ruled it because, I just feel like if you try to walk through a wall of fire, you're going to take damage.
Fair enough. I'm not going to argue.
All 3 of them are going to attempt to run through the wall. They will make dex saves. Fail. Natural 1. Success. So one of them succeeds. 2 of them. One of them dies trying to get out of the wall. One of them gets out of the wall next to you and is at a very low health. The other one also gets out, but is hurting pretty bad as they come around here. As a matter of fact, this one's going to crash out through the window. This one's going to escape out through the window again. This one is going to move up this way and escape out that window.
Do I get an attack of
No, yeah,
opportunity
any
on that one?
opportunity attack?
They didn't actually come near you when I'm
Oh.
changing their trajectory.
Okay.
Do I get any attacks of opportunity on these guys?
No,
I
because
can't see the map.
they disengaged.
Okay. Sorry, I can't see the map right now. So
I understand.
Alright.
As they all disappear into the night. This one is going to come running up here. This one is going to move over here and hold their action. And these 2 are going to make attacks. One's going to attack you, Biro. The other one's going to attack you, Orani.
Mm-hmm.
Biero, that's a miss. And an 18?
18 hits.
All right, so you suffer. Ooh. 23 points of piercing damage.
That'll hurt.
Make a concentration check for your wall of fire.
Just did.
Oh, you just did. Sorry.
Yep.
And then Orani.
Mm-hmm.
16.
Nope.
And a 22.
Yep.
That is 3, 6, 9, 11, 14 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
As they both kind of do this double feint move where each of them feints like diagonal, but then comes back and actually stabs the one of you in front of them, trying to set up their sneak attacks and stuff. Oh, so you lose your
hex.
You lose your hex.
Damn it.
This one down here is holding their action, bringing us to Orani and then Vanya and then Nox.
Okay, well, let's take some swings at well, let's just go with the one that I was focusing on before and keep with that for now.
One?
Yep.
Okay.
Oops, that's not supposed to be an advantage.
All right, 12 misses.
That's fucking annoying.
15 hits.
Oh, okay. And then,
And they will obviously uncanny dodge
Yeah.
that.
And-
because...
get another flurry of blows to the face.
All right. Hits for another 17 points of damage. And they're looking super rough.
And that is all I got.
Alrighty. You connect with several strikes as they're kind of standing there doing the old rope-a-dope, the old finish him from Mortal Kombat. Vanya and then Noxus. Vanya, are you better yet? Are you?
I don't have internet, but I can roll. I still just can't see a map.
You're surrounded by 4 enforcers still. And you
All
are
right,
inside, you're inside a wall of fire.
Oh, good. They're just where I want them. I'm gonna hit whichever one. I'm still frightened, yeah?
Yes, until the end of your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna recklessly attack whichever enforcer looks the most hurt of the lot of them.
Okay.
So recklessly, I'll do it at normal. Oh, that's the wrong thing for the first one. One sec. Nope.
Okay.
God, this is the worst app I've ever used.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
That
So
the
one
first
of them
one,
hits. Yeah.
yeah. And
For
then that
8.
one.
Do you get to add your radiant thing to that?
Yes, that's what I
Okay.
just rolled.
Okay,
I just
cool.
forgot to click it on the sheet.
So
on that.
25 plus 3 is 28 points of damage.
And then bonus action, I'm going to drink another potion of regular healing.
Okay.
Because I am hurt.
For 5 points of healing.
Uh-huh.
And we can't see you.
Yeah, I can't see you. So you 2 strikes, one of them connects and takes a big gash out of while you're inside this, wall of fire. It looks super epic. It looks like a Frank Miller comic.
All right.
Nice.
That ends your turn, Vanya, or did you want to exit the?
I mean, if I do, I'm going to take like 4 opportunity attacks, right?
Yeah, but you also won't be inside the wall of fire.
That's true. Yeah, sure. I'll run out of the wall of fire, and if I can, I'm going to try and move around the back and block one of these fuckers from leaving.
Okay. I'm going to say you're going to move down to help your friends, probably, which will still put you in between them and the exit of the door.
Yes, that is a much better idea.
Okay. So that's where I'm going to put you. You
right.
take 4 opportunity attacks.
All right.
At advantage because you were reckless.
Uh-huh.
That's a hit, a miss, a miss, a hit, and a miss. So only one of them hits.
All right.
Hey, Vanya, good thing you didn't have any hair to begin with. It would have been gone by now.
For the first one, you take 9 damage, and the second one, you take 6 damage.
Okay.
And you are as your turn ends, you are no longer frightened.
All right. Awesome.
Alrighty, ending Vanya's turn, Noxus. Noxus.
Sorry, I was. No, I'm just going to stay right where I'm at.
Okay.
Playing if guy. Wait, is it one specific one that my fear is coming from?
Yeah.
But he's. So I'm just gonna swing. Take my.
All right. So your attacks would be at disadvantage, or you can use your ability with the Angzar's, the Investiture of Flame.
Oh, I can do that. But
And then they have to make a save as opposed to you attacking. But I mean, it's up to you.
yeah, I can do that. That's fine. Now it's only a straight line, and
Yeah.
it's only for 5 feet, so it's only gonna hit the one guy, and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Okay.
take my spear and I'm gonna twirl it around, and I'm gonna stab it into the ground, and they're gonna kind of look at me like, "Why the fuck would you do that?" There's gonna be just like a crackle of molten rock and fire, and just shoot right through the guy.
Alrighty, he has to make a dex save, which he rolls a natural 1 on. So you roll 4d8 damage. 4d8 fire damage.
4, 8, fired. I will add 4 to that.
Okay. Roll 3 more d8.
There we go.
So close.
So close.
So, well, it wasn't +4 on that, but So 7,
All
8,
right.
9, 10, 11, 12 plus 9 is 21 points of fire damage for the guy right in front of you. All right. So this erupting of fire from the ground underneath him in a straight line as this guy gets blasted with a fire, and you're still wreathed in flame. That's your action.
What I want to do is there's a consequence. Action. I am going to. I'm gonna give myself some healing light.
Okay. You get 12 points of healing. And unless you want to move, that will end your turn.
Good where I am at.
Bringing us to the enforcers. Go ahead and roll a d10.
Since I just used that fire thing on
Yeah,
my
you can't
turn,
use
I
it
have to
on
wait.
this. Yeah,
Okay.
so just a straight.
Yeah, it's just it's not very it's not very scripted.
For 4. So. Alrighty. The enforcers are. This one's going to run over here. The 4 that are inside the wall of fire are going to try and move out. Are going to move out of the wall of fire.
Oh,
Because
really? I
they
thought
don't-
they would love it there.
Yeah, they don't like it in there. It's not fun for them.
That sounds like a them problem.
Sounds
Fail.
like I heard
Fail.
it's a great vacation place.
Fail.
Hey.
Fail.
Yes.
All 4 of them fail. They
Oh,
each take 27 points of fire damage. Jeez, nice roll.
Get wrecked. That was a very
This
good roll.
one's gonna move over here.
Mhm.
This one's gonna move over here. This one's gonna move over here.
This is more like it.
And this one is gonna move over to Badger.
Oh.
Badger.
Looks like someone's fucked.
Hey assholes, your hair's on fire.
Well, shit. I'm fucked. Looks like I'm fucked. You're really big. This is problematic.
This is problematic.
All right, they are then going to make a shit ton of attacks, starting with Noxus. It's a hit. It's a hit. It's a miss. It's a miss. It's a miss. That's a natural 20.
Damn.
Last guy, miss. Hit. And miss. All right, so you get 3 hits and a crit on you there, Noxus.
He has
No.
adamantine plate, right?
4 hits.
Yeah, 3 hits and a crit. So 3 regular hits and 1's a crit, so that's a total of 4 hits.
Yeah, do you have the
But they're all-
adamantine?
But
Oh, you got the adamantine plate, so they're just 4
Right.
regular hits.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot. So 6 points of damage, 13 points of damage, 12 points of damage, and 12 points of damage.
there's lower numbers.
Is there?
Yeah, there are.
A few of them actually.
Yeah, quite a few.
The one that's gonna attack Badger 3 times.
Wow.
Miss. Hit. hit. Badger takes 4 points of damage. And 4 points of damage. Fucking.
He's really fucking lucky.
1 on both of those for damage. Jesus. Well, maybe this isn't as problematic as I thought. The guy looks dejected as he uses his taunt, and now has disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls and saving throws until the start of the bard's next turn. Until the start of Badger's next turn. So there's that. And then 2 of these guys are gonna attack you a bunch of times, Orani.
Mm-hmm.
That's your AC is 18?
20.
20. It's a miss. 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 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty, so you're just, dodging. You're not a big target to begin with, hopping around. One of them is able to connect with their hammer for 8 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then Vanya, 2 of them are gonna strike out at you.
Alright.
Your AC is 17? 16?
Correct.
17. That's a
17.
miss. That's a hit. That's a natural 20. That's a miss. Miss. And a miss. So you got 1 hit and 1 natural 20. So that's 9 for the regular hit. And, ooh, there we go. 21 for the crit.
I will Stone's Endurance that one.
Okay.
Woo.
As soon as...
There you go.
Okay, I
You
reduce it by
10. Or, sorry, 7.
I can't
Rage
uncheck the
heal!
rage thing. I can't uncheck the rage thing right now. It won't let me zoom in
Alright.
far enough to do it.
Alright, so... that ends the Enforcer's turn, bringing us to Badger, who is going to turn invisible again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he's
Good
going to
idea.
move over to here, and he's going to say, all right, I'm getting pretty sick of these blokes. Perhaps you could put an end to this? I mean, you look pretty tough with that mask on. And he's going to throw some inspiration over to you there, Orani.
Wow, what a pep talk, coach. Thanks.
Us little folks got to stick together.
Fair enough.
That ends Badger's turn. Biero.
All right.
There's nobody inside your wall of fire anymore.
Yeah, so I may as well drop that. And first rule of being a good entertainer is always leave them wanting more. And I will dimension door.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Over here behind the bar or whatever that is.
That's wall. So you can try and dimension door over there just by having not seen anything over there. If
That's a wall, then I'll just move like over here.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, so you can dimension over there.
here, so I'm not actually in the wall.
Mm-hmm.
So you can vanish and reappear.
Bow, let's see. Mark that off. Bonus action, I'll do a 2nd level healing word on myself.
Okay.
That'll be my turn.
Alrighty. Fike.
Fike, as hard as a choice that he has to make, he is going to turn back towards Vanya. I will use my bonus action to dash. That's 50 feet.
Okay.
And if one thing Fike knows about Vanya after sleeping with him, he could take a beating. So I'm going to give him 30 points of lay on hands.
Yes.
Okay.
So essentially, Vanya, you have 60 more hit points.
So you heal 30 hit points, Vanya.
Nice.
I will
Thank
lightly
you,
cast.
Crappy.
I will lightly caress his back, and then I will cast Shield of Faith on myself as a bonus action. Oh no, yeah,
didn't
you're right.
you
You're right. Yeah, you're
bonus
right.
action to dash?
No,
Yeah.
lay on. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right. Ending your turn, bringing us to the cutthroats. This one here is going to disengage and runs out the window and disappears into the rain and darkness.
Boo.
This one here is going to disengage,
Boo.
run out the window, and disappear into the rain and darkness. This one here is just going to straight up run, dash as an action, and bonus action dash and disappear out that window over there.
Damn.
And that ends their turn. Orani.
All right. So which one of these actually hit her?
The guy below you.
All right. So she's gonna turn to him. All right, you're a fight more my size. Let's go. And she's gonna Hexblade curse him and take some swings.
Okay. Is that a bonus action?
Hexblade's curse is a bonus action. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for telling me. For educating me. I'm getting learned up.
You are. So let's go. Fuck.
Both of those miss, unfortunately.
Fucking hell. And she's just gonna like,
you
swing wildly at it.
off of their breastplate, and it just looks down at you and silly little thing.
I'm just warming up, big guy.
Give me the big guy. You're not worth my time.
But she's going to actually slip like under his legs to the other side and jump back up on this table to keep them within range.
You want to erase that circle for me, Bureau?
Sure, we'll do.
Let's just say you don't want to walk away from me right now.
Vanya, newly healed and feeling revitalized.
How close is that guy who was just shit talking Arani?
How what?
How close is the guy who was just shit talking Arani?
He is 10 feet away from you, but you would take some opportunity attacks moving over to him.
Damn it.
It's okay.
Oh.
I got this. Trust me, I got this.
I'm just gonna rumble back at him instead, then be careful what you wish for, punk. And then I'm gonna attack at the whoever looks the most hurt immediately. If there are any cutthroats near me, I will go for them.
They all pieced out.
They all fucked off? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I will go for the enforcer I hit last time, or whichever one looks most hurt.
All right. Go ahead.
And I will reckless at them. Eesh.
Both hit because you were reckless.
Yes.
So roll damage for the first one first, and we'll see where we're at.
Alrighty. Oh my god. What the fuck? Roll 20, chat.
You want me to hit the button for you?
Yes, please hit the button for me. The
Press
whole
the button.
just like white it out.
All right. So and then the first one is an extra 2d6.
It should have all the stuff on it.
Well, it didn't. So it's
No.
an extra 2d6 radiant for the thing.
D6 plus 6.
D6 plus 6.
Yeah.
So 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 plus 6 is 24. So on the first strike, the guy to your immediate left, you turn and just the crimson blade of your great sword of frenzy glows bright hot red, and you, like cutting through butter, you decapitate him, and you feel the frenzy of the sword overtake you as you strike the next guy closest to you for 17, but he is still alive, but because of the great sword you can make a third attack against
Yes,
them.
I will. I will do that thing.
Down,
God,
do that thing.
Somebody roll me a d20 plus 11 twice.
All right, you don't crit, but you hit.
Sweet.
And I will roll damage for you again. And this one, you bring the greatsword down, overarching from the top, and the greatsword goes down through the clavicle bone and through about 4 ribs before it stops. And as you yank it out, a spray of blood goes across the ground of the floor of the tavern, and that one falls dead as well. You now have no guys around you except for those 2 that were shit talking to Ronnie, which are about 10 feet away.
All right, I'm gonna move towards them, and
Damn it!
I will. I don't have any attacks left.
No, you don't.
But I'm just moving over to so that if they try and run, they'll provoke.
Yes.
And I will zealous presence.
Okay.
And shout, "You can all get fucked! I broke you once, I'll do it again."
I wanted them to run.
And everyone gets advantage on attacks and saves.
Hey.
All right. That ends your turn, Vanya. Noxus.
Mhm.
Still squaring down with those 3 same guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disadvantage. Yeah.
You're not frightened anymore, though.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to attack and focus
You're gonna attack which one?
the one in front of me.
Okay. You have advantage on the attack.
Okay. First, I'm going to take my spear and I'm going to take the tattooed hand and kind of touch just where the head is, and I'll say a little prayer and say, destroy them with your, I don't know, burning justice, whatever. And I will cast.
I like to think that's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he says.
Tell you what you're
He goes,
burning.
Destroy it
Whatever.
with your burning.
Whatever.
Whatever.
Justice,
Whatever.
promotion. I don't know how to say this. Muhammad, help me. And I will cast steering.
You're doing good, Nox. Vanya gives him a thumbs up.
And what do you cast? I'm sorry. Nox?
Can you not hear me?
Now
I
we
didn't
can.
hear no, I just didn't hear what you said you cast.
Oh, searing smite.
Searing smite. Okay. Go ahead and make your attack. You have advantage.
1.
Both hit, and the searing smite is on the first one.
I would like to add a divine.
A divine
level to
smite?
that. First level.
What
to that,
level?
yeah.
First level. All right. So, for the first one, go ahead and roll your searing smite damage and your divine smite damage. So that would be 2d8 plus whatever searing smite does.
Searing smite is 1d6 of fire. One d6. Two d8. Coming at you.
Are you adding your thing to it?
Yes, I will add. I will add the +4 to 7.
So that's 22 points of damage from the first strike. And then as you come back around with the second strike for 11, you thrust the spear, which the radiant blade cuts right through the blessed plate, goes right through his chest, and comes. You watch as it comes shooting up and out the back, as the guy directly in front of you falls down dead. The other 2 kind of turn and look at each other and look back at you.
I just smile at them.
Does that end your turn? That would end your turn, unless you want to move.
Oppie attack, so I think I'm gonna stay there.
Alrighty. The enforcers.
Be intimidated.
They're still feeling. Let's see. Yeah, they're still feeling. Well, let's do one for each. Yeah, they're not thrilled about what's going on now. They were hoping that back when they had the numbers, they were feeling a lot more confident about what's going on, and now they're not. So they are going to attempt to run. The two at the front door with you, John, or with Knox, are going to attempt to run past you out the front door. Do you want to make an attack of opportunity at either one of them?
Yeah. Say they're. I haven't hit either of them, so I'll just.
They're
hit one.
both like the exact same thing.
Yeah. I'll just hit the one on the right then.
Okay. Roll to attack. You hit one of them for 13. They're still up. You can also roll a d10 because they both get fire damage from you.
Nope, not 3. 1. 1d10. Da-da!
For another 5. They disappear into the rain and the darkness. This one up here, who isn't near anybody, is going to go jumping out the back window and disappear. And then there's the two that are stuck between Vanya and Orani. They are both going to attempt to run this way.
Taking a swipe at my curse.
Yep. And I assume
leaving so
you're gonna
soon?
wanna-
Yep, I will also take a swipe.
And she casts Booming Blade as she does it.
Swibbity swipe.
She's
don't
a
think you can do that
warcaster.
on-
You can literally cast a spell as a Oppie attack.
Yeah, but it has to target the thing that's running away, not your weapon, right?
No, it's a spell that attacks a target. You can cast a spell as a Oppie.
Yeah, well, but hold on.
And you make an attack with a weapon as part of the Oppie.
When a hostile creature is moving, provokes an opportunity attack from you, you can use your reaction to cast a spell at the creature rather than making an opportunity attack. The spell must have a casting time of 1 action and must target only that creature.
Yeah. And it's
And
just as
then-
part of the
And then what does do you have Booming Blades text that you can drop into the thing for me? Thank you. As part of the action used to cast this spell, you can make a melee attack with a weapon against one creature within the spell's range. Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to do that.
Mhm. So she casts that, and
29 for my Oppie.
Yeah, you definitively hit.
oh!
Yeah, you definitely also hit.
And if he keeps going, he takes another 3d8 thunder damage.
So go ahead and roll that because he's not gonna stop.
Fuck! Damn it, Vanya
shit.
made me happy.
Sorry.
So they both go limping. Well, wait, hold on. How many is this? 15. So 8 plus 13 is 21, right? No. Yeah, 21 plus 11 is 32. So that one makes it out the window and into the darkness. And then Vanya, you did 21 points of damage.
Yeah, 21.
Does that? Oh yeah, because that doesn't include. You don't get your radiant thingy on that.
Yep.
Yeah, so they both make it out of the bar and disappear into the rain and darkness as you guys stand there.
We could probably catch him.
I mean, if you want to go chasing them out into the night, you can feel free. But at the moment, they appear to have run off with their tail between their legs.
Again.
So, I have a question. How on fire is the bar right now?
Not very.
Table I'm
The
on,
one
maybe?
section, yeah, like one of the tables is on fire from the wall of fire. But you guys watch as Badger says, "Well, this won't. That's unfortunate. We don't need this place burning down." And he casts create water over the top of it, and is able to
Gonna
is
get
able to
doused
put
and
that
do one of
out.
those like commercials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice work, Badger.
Well,
No, well, that's handy.
you guys seem pretty popular in this town.
No.
I guess so.
No.
No fucking
I'm
way.
All right. Was there a name to the mercenary group that I missed?
Uh, I just didn't say.
Could've
I
been.
mean, there were clasp members,
Okay.
Yeah. local
Okay.
class.
Okay. Yeah. Vanya just muttered, "A bunch of assholes." Had to beat the shit out of them last time I was here. I'm surprised they had the balls to come after me again.
I kind of hope they try again, those assholes.
Well, they had the balls to come at you with like 20 people.
Ain't wrong.
I mean, clearly it wasn't enough.
Clearly.
Just gonna hop down from the table.
You guys also watch as Badger goes over to the woman that cut herself on the glass in the window, and casts a spell, and her wound seals up. And he says, "Why don't you get back up there, lass? No need for you to bleed out tonight."
Good man, Badger.
Fike is going to slowly make his way to the bar and check on the barkeep to make sure they're okay.
They kind of poke their head out to survey the damage to their bar, and like, oh, it's it's not easy running a bar in this town with so many different factions around.
Will 50 gold cover the damages?
I mean, that would be more than enough
Cool.
to cover the damage.
I'm going to toss them 50
I
gold.
don't
And I'm
know
going to take.
anybody who's just got 50 gold on them, though.
I'm going to toss them 50 gold, and I'm going to just take 3 bottles of whatever is on the back of the bar.
Okay.
We'll call it
Like,
even.
well, hell, they say.
I say.
Is there anything else we can help provide you with tonight, sir? Do
We
you
might need rooms with non-broken windows.
that
I
will
agree.
absolutely be taken care of.
Keep an eye on our horses and cart too, please.
We would be happy to keep an eye on your horses and cart. If you would like, there is a small shed around back that we can double as a small stable if you'd like to bring them around back.
I think we would.
All right. I'll also be. You feel free to take those bottles. You set up at a table, and we'll have one of the bar maids bring over some the house specialty crab steamers.
Fantastic. You see, these are my kind of people. I enjoy this.
You guys are welcome here anytime at the Frothy Head.
All I
And
walk out, I make eye contact with Ronnie and Vanya, and I go, I got booze.
Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah,
Let's sit back
what?
down. Go over.
you all kind of reconnoiter back at the table that you were sitting at with Badger, who sits back down after saying goodbye to the woman that he helped heal up, and says, "Well, should we? I mean, that was awfully rude of them to interrupt us like that. We were in the middle of a conversation.
It was.
But it looks like you were able to get some accommodations out of it."
I mean,
Indeed.
I pay for it, but yeah.
Oh, I just, it's a nice place to stay. So what's the? I have a feeling we won't have to be worrying about them going forward.
Yeah, but there's
Oh.
like 6 other groups who
What's
Did
that? Big
the
Brother?
6 other groups?
Yeah, that's all we heard, David.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Who is David?
You muted David.
Sorry, I dropped for a second. Yeah, there's like 6 other groups that I may have murdered a bunch of people from the last time I came through here.
Sounds like it may be convenient to stay in the bungalow tonight.
Probably.
Vanya, that kills people.
They were assholes. I gave them a chance to not be assholes, and they decided to keep being assholes.
Apparently
So
they
I
still
killed
did.
them.
But Vanya, that
Some people
kills
just never learn.
I don't know.
You are one half of the people who almost set this bar on fire.
Semantics. Has nothing to do with
I
anything.
don't know what that word means.
Nor do
I
I.
don't know what that word means.
Friends, there's no need to get upset with one another. I feel like tonight went rather well.
I'm not getting upset. This is just
Now we-
banter between them nowadays.
Yeah, this is how we normally.
Yes, this really is how we normally talk.
So what's the plan for tomorrow then?
That's a good fucking question.
Go
Drugs.
find some bad guys. Oh, drugs. Mike knows where drugs are.
Oh yeah.
Why are we finding drugs?
What?
To be honest, drugs aren't really that hard to find in Stillben.
No, I know that, but why are you trying to find them?
Because we find bad guys. And bad guys have diamonds. We kill them. My brain's starting to hurt. Right? That's how you explained it, right, Pike?
Yeah.
Apparently you find bad guys by just having Vanya around. That's a little easier.
Yeah, if you want to find bad guys, we can walk down the street and pick out a person off this, and like pick people at random, and there's like, I don't know, 1 in 5 chance that there'll be a bad guy.
Is that what you did
but-
last time? Is that why half this town is pissed at you?
No, I
Yeah,
didn't
we
do
were
that
just
last time.
Are you going down the street going 1, 2, 3, 4?
I mean, he's not wrong. I was here before too, and pretty much the same, but
Yeah,
This is a
that sounds,
shitty.
that sounds like
shitty-
that sounds like a game I used to play as a kid. Dragon! Dragon!
so pretty much is there like pit fighting? Is there like pit fighting gambling in Stillben? Like underground fighting ring?
Down at,
Yeah.
There's the class ran like an underground fighting ring down at the docks and the warehouses.
Mm-hmm. Surprised I recognized you and not me. I feel fucking disappointed.
Well, you fought in the organized fighting ring. Like no one's like he.
I just
Those
wandered
two are
killed
looking
the
down on her though.
And just started kicking ass.
Those two are
Yeah,
looking down
I
on her though.
basically wandered through and killed somebody from most any group that was doing something terrible.
Yeah, but I thought they would have at least recognized me and not talk shit.
So we
I mean, it just
promised.
sounds like you're gonna have to beat them up harder.
I mean, the oversized gnome does have a point.
So we promised to help Badger figure out what happened to his friend. We've got Shango has run off to the Nine Hells after Bosvir. We've got a busy few days ahead of us, I think.
But I'm sorry, why is Basvir in hell?
Because
I thought they
Shango
killed him.
killed him.
I thought they killed. Yeah, if he killed him, why does he have to go to hell to find him? Isn't he just being tortured down there or some nonsense? Like, I don't know, hot pokers being stabbed into his eyes, or
Is that how hell works?
No,
I don't
not
know.
Really.
I mean,
I've never been to hell. I don't know
Same.
the details. I don't ever really intend to
believe-
know.
I believe how it's been explained to me by multiple people, being an angry turtle and Biro. It's imagine if you kill a man, he also turns into an egg, but it's an egg that's filled with garbage, and then that egg eventually hatches and becomes another Batzir, which we need to take care of.
Yep,
So-
that's word for word what I said.
An egg full
I
of
think
garbage.
You've
So if
just
you-
made it worse.
No, but I'm
I
trying to
understand
explain.
less now than I did before.
No, but if you squish the egg before it can become a full-grown individual, there's no more
It's dead forever.
Batsvir.
Look, just tell me
Otherwise, he's
what I
just gonna
need
keep
to
coming
do to
back.
kill Basvir.
We
need
smashed
to
a
go to the
garbage
house.
egg. Didn't you just hear
You gotta
that?
kill him in his house, which is the Nine Hells.
In his egg house.
Okay. That makes sense. I could get behind this.
We smashed an egg in a very
I
hot
don't-
house.
Stop bringing eggs into this. I don't understand how the eggs connect.
Imagine an egg. You crack it into a bowl.
No, stop with the eggs! You're killing me here.
Barkeep, a round of eggs.
It's a very shitty garbage egg. The most rotten of eggs. It smells worse than Stillben.
Why do you keep bringing? How do eggs? Is this some sort of
Because
common
things-
She's just
thing that I
grinning ear
don't
to ear like this
understand?
is fucking
Because
hilarious.
an egg eventually becomes something. An egg will become a baby chicken or a baby duck or a little alligator.
Do you not know how the birds and the bees work, Vanya?
Or a baby Basvir.
The birds and the birds.
But Vasvir is a demon, fiend, whatever the
from an egg.
fuck.
He comes
He
from
lays
an egg.
eggs. He lays eggs.
Demons come from eggs?
I'm with the big fella. I'm more confused now than I was before.
Well,
Everybody's fucking loving this.
All I've gotten out of this is that fiends come from eggs.
Yeah, so you smash the fiend egg in hell and then they're just dead. That's what I'm getting from this.
Okay.
I think I get it, big guy. Here's how it works, right? So, if the devil or the fiend is killed here in Taldore, they go back to hell and start being regrown. But if you go to the hells and kill them there, they're forever dead.
See, why
Yeah,
couldn't you
isn't that what-
explain to me like
That's
that?
exactly what I said. Except that you
isn't that what Fike said?
That is what Mike said.
Even I got that, Vanya. Come on, catch up.
And it sounds like your friend, Shango, and his friends, wherever they were at, killed this Bosvia fella, and then he was sent back to hell, and so your friend Shango's gone to hell to forever kill him.
Oh, what
By
a dick!
himself?
He can't do that without me.
So,
I want to kill
Badger, I
Buffy.
think we'll probably need to recognize that the most likely scenario is that Bosvir also killed your friend Artan and had an underling take his place.
Well, that would be unfortunate. Artan was a good friend of mine, and it seems strange that Bosvia fellow was so charming and likable.
Yeah.
He does that.
Yeah, he's very persuasive in multiple ways.
You said he was pretending to be somebody else before, Spike?
Yeah. Renston Wall, right?
Ranston Roll.
Or was it his brother?
I know Renston.
Yeah. You know everyone, Badger.
I try to get around.
What's my name?
Yeah, me too, but completely
Your
different.
name is Noxus.
How does he know? No,
We've met before. I sold you stuff.
Ronnie's getting a kick out of this. Drinks.
So,
Let's get him
what
shit faced.
is the best course of action going forward then?
getting
First, I need some fucking moonshine.
Yep.
We've already got that, and he points to the moonshine on the table that Fight brought over.
Vanya
I'm gonna
just
use
takes
my-
the whole bottle.
Thing of the
What's
drunkard.
step 2?
Sleep.
Does anybody have any magic that'll force a shape changer out of his shape?
I do.
the shape changer is the Basvir, right? He's in the hells.
Well, it could be another type of shape changer. Like we also know that fiends are awfully tricky like that. Sabriel.
Yeah, we could
one of
try
them
some.
could be-
Yeah, we could try that on R10 or some dispel magic.
could do
Or
some disappeary stuff. We could be some few things.
some of the truthy stuff.
A little bit of command stuff.
I mean, I have nothing that can help with that other than banish. I can banish whoever it is. If they're just supposed to be here, they're gonna be here.
We can divine sense it, Knox. You and me are pretty good with that.
Yeah, we can
I
do
mean, I
that.
can just hit it until it agrees to not be shape changed anymore.
No. That
We
never works
have to-
out for us.
We have to prove things first, Vanya.
Yes, please.
I mean, you say that, but every time we've tried to be creative about this, it hasn't worked.
Got a
Then
And I
we're
point.
can
due.
tell you, that if shape changers die, they stop shape changing.
I mean, you're not wrong, Vanya.
Is that true?
Not wrong.
I
That's
think
true.
so. I'm
I
pretty
mean-
sure I killed one
Well,
once, and
then-
it stopped shape changing.
Well, then that would explain R10's body in the swamp. It was dead, and it was still looking like R10. So
So that
True.
is the real R10.
I was hoping I was wrong. This is unfortunate.
Sorry about that, Badger.
He grabs some of the moonshine, and you watch as he like glug, glug, glug.
There we go.
Puts it down.
Yeah. So lift her
I'll just
glad,
start doing that
do the
tilt,
clink.
like that, the assist tilt.
So are we not going to be going into the swamp then?
Might not be necessary. We could try going to the guild first and talking to the man who would be Artan.
I could.
I think that'd be.
I could make the introduction for you.
But you don't get any way to change and make sure he's who he says he is without killing him, right?
We know he's bad.
So what's the
and
point?
I
He'll
can-
just say, I'm not a phony.
Well, we know he's bad, and I could sense that. So
Same.
I've got
We're
this
tip-top.
shiny new medallion that could help.
And
with
I
that.
also have this
Ooh.
spear. If he's a fiend, we'll know he's a.
Seems like you've got things pretty figured out. I knew I came to the right people.
We're here to help.
Kind of lean over to fight. He does know
Does know what?
does know what?
we're just coming up with this on live.
Generally, you don't want to tell people that like out loud, Noxus.
Hey,
I
shut up and
was-
eat your egg.
I whispered to fight.
Shut up and eat your egg.
All right. So should we? I guess in the morning we'll go over to the Relic Seekers Guild, and I can introduce you all to. And he does like the air quotes thing. R10.
That sounds like a plan.
Very well. Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to turn in. I'm officially going to mourn my friend now.
Hey,
Yeah,
death's never deal with.
that's rough, buddy.
Need a shoulder. Don't worry.
Yeah,
Got
apparently
you,
this
buddy.
group knows about it.
I'll be all
You
right.
want some fucking moonshine?
You watch as he takes a bottle with him as he goes upstairs.
Good man.
Oh, did we get our food?
Yes, it's delivered to the table. They cover the table with like brown butcher's paper, and then they just come over with like wearing like oven mitts, and they dump over like a huge pot and a bunch of seasoned like full crabs, corn cobs, and like whole vegetables like potatoes and
Turnips.
and carrots and a few other like onions just like spill out onto the table.
Ronnie starts going to town smashing shells like she's used to and just going,
It is quite good.
I worked up a fucking appetite. Woo!
There is a bit of a kick to it. There's a little spicy kick to it.
Even better.
But is there anything else you guys would like to do this evening other than enjoy the food and drink?
How many of those class guys ended up dying here?
Only a handful.
Did any of them have any healing potions on them?
A couple of enforcers and like 4 cutthroats.
I'm just gonna rifle through their shit real quick.
Okay. They did not have any healing potions on them. They did have a fair amount of coin on them. Between all the bodies, you find 276 gold pieces. The enforcers had the enforcers were wearing half plate, and the cutthroats were wearing just regular old leather armor. They each had a short sword on them and several daggers. The enforcers were carrying war hammers.
No drugs?
Make an investigation check for that.
Can I forego my investigation check by casting find drugs?
If you'd like.
Yes.
I would
cast
like.
locate object.
I would very much like.
Why aren't paladins cops?
No,
They
right?
are, for the most part. A
It's
lot of
true.
them
really
are.
hard.
A lot
All
of them
cops are bastards. That's what we learned. Don't.
Well, technically, Fike is a bastard, so it's fitting.
Mhm.
So
See, David, he gets it.
You cast the spell. The spell does not turn anything up, but you can make because it's specifically for that one kind of drug.
well, this was just in general suit, but yeah, it's fine.
You make an investigation check though.
12.
12. You do not find any sued. You do not find any blue sued. What you do find is you do find 3 doses of brown sued.
Ooh, expensive.
Hmm.
How do you spell that?
Suude.
Sood.
Sude, yes.
Food.
Sood.
If consumed, you would know. You got enough people around here that can tell you. And you succeed on the Constitution save.
You have to succeed first.
You gain 1 sorcery point that allows you to use the extended spell option.
Ooh.
And
So
to
you
do.
extended extends the duration of a spell. So like I believe it doubles it. So like your investiture of flame knocks, it would make it go from only lasting 10 minutes to lasting 20 minutes.
Which will be great for tomorrow.
Fly for first.
What's that?
And if fly, it would be the 10 versus.
Yeah, it would go from 10 minutes to 20 minutes as well. Yeah, I'm just double checking here. Extended spell. You cast a spell. Sorcery point to double its duration. Yeah. So, but to a maximum of 24 hours. So, if it's something that's normally lasts an hour, it would last 2 hours. If it was something that normally lasts 10 minutes, it would last 20 minutes, so on.
Yeah, in a quiet moment, I will tell Orani that I found drugs in particular because she seems like a partier.
Oh, really? What you got?
Some suda. It kind of boosts your arcane abilities. If it doesn't knock you unconscious, that's why you always got to do this with a spotter.
Sound interesting. Wait, oops, hold on. I don't think I'd heard about that one before, but to be fair, I just kind of got arcane ability kind of recently. And she taps the Tetsubo a little bit as she's drinking with the other hand.
We don't need such things. We are more than sufficient in battle without the help of such foul chemical substances.
I mean, that's true. Sorry, Pike. He's saying we don't need that shit, which is true, but doesn't mean try it.
Your body is your weapon, and you must keep it sharp in order for it to be effective.
Yeah? But if he's saying this does what it does, that kind of gives it a little extra sharpness, don't you think?
So, Orania Pasavian saying no?
He's trying to dad me on this shit, probably. But he forgets that part of our deal was that I get to do what I want.
Well,
I ain't your subject.
Then, and if I can
General.
tuck it away.
I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Total
That's the
dad move.
worst.
Fike will tuck it away and not share now.
Oh, come on, Fike! I'm probably older than you. How old are you? I ain't your little sister.
Then it's for fun, not for combat. Consider it incentive.
Incentive for not dying. Got it. Not exactly my, what I was going for anyway.
Perhaps I chose poorly.
Kind of sinks that a little bit and kind of glances back.
If you need such artificial enhancement to be the best warrior you can be.
Who the fuck said anything about being a warrior with it? Said it's just for fun. Something new.
You don't hear anything.
Harsh.
Yeah. It's almost like he's lawful good or something.
Yeah, oh my god. You picked a chaotic.
Yeah. Anything else tonight that you guys want to do before heading to bed? You get your horses and the cart and everything set up out back of the Frothy Head.
I will smoke my drugs in the morning.
All right.
Vanya will get real drunk and go sleep with the horses.
Same with
Okay.
getting drunk part. Probably not sleeping with the horses though.
I paid for rooms.
Should probably end up passing out like the corner of the thing anyway, just getting super wasted very quickly, especially after that conversation.
Alrighty. You guys get a long rest in. You all sleep in your various locations. Viero, do you sleep in the mansion or do you just sleep in the room?
Yeah, no, I'll set up the mansion just that way.
Just
If
in
any
your
of,
room. Yeah.
yeah, and I mean, I'll invite anybody else that way. If any of
Okay.
Vanya's other playmates decide
I
to
will
interrupt
go.
in the middle of the night.
Nox is like, I'll sleep in the mansion.
Fuck that. It's hot out here.
Yeah,
I
it's
want me
temperature
some
controlled.
I
Absolutely.
want me some central air.
Oh yeah, it does probably smell way better in the mansion.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't like this swampy air.
But you guys get a good night's sleep in. You wake up in the morning refreshed. All of your hit points restored, spell slots restored, all that good stuff.
Everybody takes 7 temporary hit points.
Okay.
Not if they
you
don't
sleep-
sleep in the mansion with
That's
you.
true.
Me and Bureau. Only me and Bureau.
Fix that.
Well, shall we?
I'll find Nox and I will smoke my drugs because I need it for detecting stuff for a long time.
Make a con save.
Help you, Pike.
Hey.
Shit, yeah.
I'm good at taking drugs, guys.
You put the suit in your pipe, smoke it, and you feel a weird lightheadedness kind of hit you at first, and it almost kind of for a little while feels like everything's not moving like super slow around you. It's not like slow-mo or anything like that where everything's like moving at like super slow motion or anything. It's almost like everything's just like one beat behind. And that lasts for about 15 minutes, and then you just kind of have this this calm concentration kind of come over you, and so you have one sorcery point at the moment that you can use to do the extended spell on any spell you cast.
Nice.
Fantastic.
That has a casting time of 1 action. All right. You all have breakfast either in the mansion or at the frothy head. You meet up downstairs. Badger is there, looking chipper as ever, and he says, "Well, I've started the grieving process. I've gone through the few stages. Now I'm ready to get resolution. You know, the final stage. So what are we doing? Are we going out into the swamp? Am I taking you to the Relic Seekers Guild? What's the has the plan changed at all?"
Yeah, I think we're just gonna go home.
Go home. Say let's take a stab at the guild.
All right, we can go to the guild.
Possibly literally, depending.
Oh, I got that. That's a funny joke there.
Hey.
All right, I can take you over to the guild. Is there anything you need to do before we head over?
Well, if we're gonna get another fight, should be good, right?
Well, I certainly hope.
I
Depends
would.
on who we run into in the street, whether or not we get into another fight.
Yeah. Let's see who recognizes you this time, Vanya.
Hey, Vanya, here, take this hat. Take this hat, put it on,
Why?
so you can change your appearance, so we don't have to deal with that bullshit.
Out of character, isn't Hat of Disguise an attunement item?
Yes.
I don't know.
I am out of attunement slots.
Hmm.
So how would Vanya then say that to Nox's character?
Vanya wouldn't say that in character to Nox. He'd be like, "No."
That's good.
Speaking of attunement-y things, is there any attunements that want to get switched out?
Yeah, I will unattune to the Ring of Spell Storing and attune to the Medallion of Thoughts.
Okay.
Good choice.
If you must, and I will put it back in the bag.
All right. Badger says, "Well, it's about a 30-minute walk, so if you all want to follow me, it looks like we've got a perfect still bend day. It's only raining a little bit."
Still muggy and hot.
Yes, very much so.
Ronnie's thinking for a moment and then like looks over after Noxus mentioned the other thing before. He's like, maybe you don't need a thing. Hey Vanya, want to do 4 helpings in a trench coat?
Vanya grins really big, like always.
Who's got a cloak? Who's got a cloak?
Here you go. Here's my pirate overcoat.
I have a
Just
big cloak. I have a big cloak that I'm wearing.
Basically just runs up Vanya
Yeah.
like a tree, gets on his shoulders, pulls a cloak over.
It's gonna look like a mini skirt on Vanya.
No, I mean like he's got his like big cloak.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The website, Are You 18? pops up.
Yes.
We are 4 halflings in a trench coat.
Our
Go
combined
away, or we will hit you with 4 great swords
our combined age is
from
four.
within this trench coat.
Our combined age is like 380.
And then somebody's
We
just
are
like, all
old
right.
and wise and halflings. Go away, or we will eat you to sate our combined hunger.
Actually, it's just Vanya speaking, but Arani is just opening her mouth and not saying anything.
Yes. So this is an excellent way to go around Stillman. I like this.
Alrighty, so Badger starts leading you through the city. You weave your way through the streets. It's all the buildings almost feel like they kind of like lean in over you. Probably a combination of just the ominous nature of the environment that you're in and the humidity that has warped the wood of the buildings a little bit. Um, but you make your way through the cobblestone streets. Some of you deciding to dodge puddles, others maybe not so much. Eventually, you come to one of the gates to the city, and you come outside. And Badger leads you up to what looks to be a fairly nice stone mason building. It looks like it's been here for decades, centuries, maybe even. The building has this green, like kind of moss growing on the roof, and this sort of green algae kind of like growing down from the top on the stone exterior. Um, there are very nice windows that have perspiration on them that appear to be have that kind of like warbly glass to them, so you can see like rough shapes inside, but it's not super clear. Many of them have drawn curtains. Um, the door on the outside appears to be made from some sort of dark wood with steel reinforcement and hinges. And there is a large door knocker on it that is in the shape of what appears to be. It looks like it's shaped like a treasure chest. And at the front there is like a padlock hanging off of the front of the chest, which is like the actual knocker. Um, and there is around to the right side, you can see that looks like there's gardens off to that side. And down to the left, there is what looks to be like a small little awning that's hanging over to kind of give shade to a little sitting area that has a small table and some chairs that are dripping wet, even though that they're under a covered awning. And there you can see in the central portion of the roof there is a chimney that sticks up from the center, but though there is no smoke coming from it.
Is this the place?
This is the place. The outside's pretty nice. The inside looks like, well, to be quite fair, the inside looks like the cluttered office of some sort of archaeologist. All sorts of crazy items and things on display in there. You see, the Relic Seeker Guild goes back centuries. Their members are a bit of adventurers. They go out seeking historical artifacts, some things that have all sorts of monetary value to some people, and some things that just have cultural or historical value. They students of history and try to preserve the history of Exandria through finding artifacts that might be able to tell us about times past, and maybe even have divination magic used upon them to help us learn about our history.
See, Persaban, they'd love you here.
There's no response.
A threat upon your blade. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow.
Dishonor on you. Dishonor on your family.
If once we go inside, is it going to take a while to find Artan, or?
Well, I imagine if he's in, he might be the one that answers the door. They're not a rather large guild. There's only a few members.
All right, then.
I should warn you ahead of time. They can be eccentric,
What do you mean by
quirky. They have big personalities.
That sounds fun.
gay?
It's okay, we also have big personalities. While still
Something
on the
funny there, Fike.
I was muted. You couldn't hear that.
Nope.
The way you said quirky was,
Quirky.
yeah, brought me joy. It sparked joy. I mean, I could cast, look for demons right now. I assume
Did you have too much coffee this morning, Fike?
I'm fucking geeked out of my mind. And I'm doing your accent now.
Well, that's they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Right. Let's get everything together. Thank you. Out
of character, Bill, I never used detect thoughts. So, is this something I can cast in advance, and then just whenever I choose to target a creature within range, it makes the saving throw, or I have to?
Let's find out together, shall we?
It's just kind of worded kind of funny to me.
Yeah. So you cast it. It lasts for a minute. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. When you cast the spell as your action, on each turn until the spell ends, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see. So it looks like you cast it on yourself. And then, so you cast it on yourself. And then once you cast it on yourself, you can target creatures that are within 30 feet of you. And to read their surface thoughts, you can just kind of skim those without them knowing. They don't have to make any sort of save, but all you get is like what's immediately on their mind and their surface thoughts. If you wanted to probe a little bit deeper, that's when they would make saves, wisdom saves.
All right. Then, in that case, at the moment that we're about to knock on the door, I will activate the
And
spell.
luckily for you, as it is a magic item that you're using, it does not require any verbal, semantic, or material components. It's cast from the. I believe it would probably require verbal, but you could like whisper to it and be like, and it would cast the spell.
I'm going to verbally and semantically extended cast detect evil and good.
Detect evil and good.
Yes.
Okay. I will also do my divine for the door before they knock.
All right, so you guys walk up to the door, and Badger says, "Is it okay if I knock now?"
Hold on 1 second.
And you're going to use divine sense,
sir.
All right, you do not sense any celestials, fiends, or undead within 60 feet of you, or any consecrated or desecrated ground.
I tell that to everyone.
Good to know.
Badger reaches out and knocks on the door. And you watch as the door opens. You see what is very much, it looks like Teddy Roosevelt cosplaying Indiana Jones. Who answers the door?
It's Teddy Roosevelt.
Yeah. Well, hello, he says, and that is where we will pick things up next week.
Yes.
Get him! Get him!
Beautiful.
Ooh, hello.
Glorious.
But like the professor version of Indiana Jones with like the tweed suit on, you know?
Mm. It's a little bit that one teacher from Ruby. With
I don't know.
Oobleck.
Oobleck, yeah.
So, who would like experience points?
Oh no, not that guy.
Yes.
Because I'm pretty sure some of you are pretty close to leveling up.
Yeah.
Unless I get horribly low experience points, I'm gonna level up.
All right. Nox and Biero, you each got 18. Fike, you got 19. Orani and Vanya, you got 20.
Yeah. 4 halflings in a trench coat. High five.
High fives through phone mic. Yeah.
Hey.
Neat.
Biero, are you taking another level in Bard?
I am.
Okay.
Nice.
That makes
Nice.
you level. That brings you to level what?
14.
Level 14 Bard, eh?
All right, guys, I'm gonna go to bed.
Okay, night.
Night, buddy.
Night.
Night.
With that,
Night,
I will
guys.
turn off the stream. Thank you so much for watching us. We will be back next week. We'll see y'all later.
We love you all.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. In whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being